Yo,
Yo, what's up? How are you, man?
I just woke up.
You just woke. What time is it for you? Wait, what the fuck?
9:34 a.m.
9:34. Okay, damn. Yeah, okay. How you feeling? You good?
I'm doing all right. How you doing?
I'm doing fine. So, have you actually like seen the whole live stream yet, or have you just seen like the notes?
The bullet points from the
Yeah. Okay.
websites.
No, that's fair. That's totally fair. That's totally fair. So what did you think? Like your actual thoughts overall? Because the way that you described it, that you thought it was like damn good. So I just kind of want to hear, I guess, from you, like what makes it damn good? Like what really stood out for you as being like a positive?
All right. So for the sake of this this point, I'm gonna remove the global passive just for a moment.
What?
In order to
Okay.
explain, because if we harp on the global passive, then that's all the conversation will be about. So in order for me to explain why I think the patch overall, the announcements are good, it would have to address specifically those. So what they did, or at least what they're doing with 3.2 to 3.4, in short, and then I'll explain on an elaboration. In short, they're essentially reducing the effects of power creep, and they're making it so that any given player, free to play or not, has a much larger access to not getting hit with power creep based on these methods that they can go about. And so this follows more of a traditional gacha game standard. I know HoYo people probably don't have that experience, and I don't say that derogatory, but from games like Brown Dust 2, Nikkei, Snowbreak, whatever, right? Like even Final Fantasy 14 early on had it too. WoW had it as well, where if you pay for progression, you get there faster or immediate, versus the free player is going to have to take longer. But that's typically the response to that, right? Hey, I'll do it for free, but it might take me a month to get what I'm looking for. Versus the player that has $400, they're going to get it day two. It is what it is, right? That's gacha. What they're doing is they're normalizing. Yeah, pay to play, exactly. They're normalizing this so that it fits standard. Destiny is the same thing, or had it. I don't know if they still had it, but with the guns and whatnot. But point being is that all the changes they're making now are normalizing it. We're getting a free Ranmei or Luocha. You can choose it. They're giving you a free golden ball at the beginning of the patch, so you can just choose whatever you want. So a brand new player coming into the game has top 3 harmony units at this point. Or they can E1 it if they want to. E1 Mei is amazing. They could also E1 Luocha or get Luocha if they plan on getting Castorice, which is going to be one of her better healers to help out with whatever's going on. And then you have multiple other ways to get the golden ball if you choose to do so through the bending event, but you don't have to. One of the key things that they didn't say, but we can kind of use inferring data about what's going on, is that the golden balls themselves are a permanent feature, or semi-permanent at least, so that you could choose to not get Mei or Luocha. So let's say that, I don't know, 2 patches later, they rotate out and then they put Castorice in there. I'm making some stuff up. Well, now you can choose.
Did
to
they
just pick
say
up
that? Did they
Castorice for
say
free.
you can keep it and hold on to it?
Well, they have to some degree. Otherwise, it'd be a wasted item in the inventory. Because they also mentioned that after you E6 a character, or if you have E6s already for anything, then you'll get silver balls or golden ball, depending on what the E6 is. And 2 silver balls will equal 1 golden ball. So you can't really have a feature like that in the game, and it only lasts for this patch, because like nobody in their right mind is going to E6 everything for these golden balls, right? So
you see them as using that as a mechanic to counteract the fact that they're constantly releasing characters, right? So you're framing it as a catch-up mechanic, essentially.
Right, exactly. Because we don't have any 4 stars, and even with this patch, they didn't announce any new 4 stars. And if we were to look at leaks, we still don't have any 4 stars coming. So it's very clear or evident that they understand the majority of their characters in the game are 5-star limited characters or standard characters. So at this point, what they're trying to do is pretty much allow more players to catch up, so that they don't have to have the, oh man, I need a 4-star. Well, now it's like, okay, well, you can just pick the 5 stars given the rotations that you can help out with. Again, a good example of that is Brown Dust 2. Brown Dust 2 has a shop where you essentially can just buy whatever character was previously in the banner after a patch or 2, depending on if you have the whale funds, basically the Stardust, whatever it is, in order to get it. And you get 1 free pool a day. This is Brown Dust though, but that's there. We also get free light cones, or a free light cone. And then that is also going to be if you're free to play completely, every 4 battle passes, you can just pick one of these busted ass signature light cones from the shop. A lot of players just don't like pulling a light cone banner anyway, because pools or whatever. But we already understand that light cones have been a strong feature in the game. They've been something I've been promoting for a long time, and now they have access to getting that. Again, free to play method. They can't buy it immediately, so you will have to wait, but it's still free at the end of the day. If you do happen to buy the battle pass, which is $10 per 6 weeks or 5 weeks, something like that, then you can get a free, not free, it's costing you $10, but you buy it. 2 battle passes will give you that signature light cone instead of you waiting for 4 battle passes. So you could essentially get for $20 every, 6 weeks or 8 weeks, something like that. You can get 2 signature light cones, which is the cost of essentially $300 because of, max pity and all that kind of crap. So for $20, I think that's a pretty good deal. You also have the buffing up of the older characters that's coming into the game, which if they're starting it now, that means that it's going to continue for the foreseeable future. Again, based off leaks, we kind of saw some of the characters, and from what I remember,
they already mentioned the characters that are getting buffed, right? They mentioned
for 3.4, but they didn't mention all of them. So
what, you think there's gonna be more?
Okay. Yeah. Like I think they talked about 4 or something like that, but there's more that we've seen kind of floating around.
Because clearly they're only buffing the ones that. Whoa, hey Thoma, thank you for the raid, buddy. I appreciate you. Thank you. I hope you guys are having fun. Welcome. I appreciate you. Thank you. We're currently talking about HSR and the good things about it. Maybe I'm too jaded. Maybe I'm being too whatever. So I'm trying to hear all the good things. So welcome.
What up?
They're currently buffing all the characters that make sense for the newest patch, right? All the weakness breakers and the HP and HP doers. So it makes sense. Yeah, exactly. And then like even with if we were to just look at Silver, I've said it before, Silver was one of the more broken characters at the start of the game, or when she came out, and she lasted for a good time. Now she's kind of irrelevant because we have all the elementals for it. But having a character like Silver, the only thing that's holding her back is literally that she can't guarantee her weakness implant, and then she also can't hit multiple enemies with that weakness implant, or just period, right? She's a single target character, even though all the nihilities that we have now are multi-targeting in some way, shape, or form. If they gave her any of those 2 buffs and then whatever else on top of that, Silver Wolf automatically becomes a top 3 support. Like, she's still broken. She has some of the highest defense shred, applies natural resistances, and with the addition of the whole golden ball thing, now you can get E1, E2, turn it into a DPS, whatever. And like, I get it being jaded about it because I'm jaded. That's why I said I'm not fancy with the game right now for a completely different reason. It has nothing to do with the global passive, right? Like, if they took it away or added it, that doesn't change my opinion on the game, because I still think the game is in a bad state. But with all these additions that they're adding into the game, it's normalizing it so that players who are struggling to catch up now have a much easier time playing catch up if they choose to continue playing the game. If they don't choose to continue playing the game, then none of this would be relevant to what's going on. I feel like I understand what you're saying. Having the catch up mechanic is good for players, but it's like the extent of which that is good. It's almost like necessary. Because if they, the opposite is if they didn't implement what they're currently implementing, it is just awful, right? For a new player experience. It's awful because one of the main problems is like the character roster is so big, needing so many different characters to make things work in the first place. They kind of have to implement something like this just to make it like even like decent, right? So it's almost like a necessary thing that they're doing. Like, yeah, we could say it's like a really good thing, but it's like it just makes it slightly a little more fair to the players. I don't know. Like, I can understand it's better, but it's like they're doing it out of necessity rather than like, oh, we want to do it because it's good and we're good. I don't know.
Right, because the game is bad. See what I'm saying? Like, I'm mad with the game because it's in a bad state. So if you were how we had that conversation and it didn't bring up the global yet, that's how I feel about it. So they're making changes to help the game itself. Global passive being added into the game that's its own thing. We can be mad about it, but at the end of the day, we're either going to play it or not play it.
But it's like, so now here's where it kind of loses me though, and that's why it loses me, and why the global passive thing is something that I can't ignore, right? It's like they make something better, right? They add something better, like a catch-up mechanic, because they're trying to make something really bad at least a bit more tolerable, right? Character rosters a bit more tolerable. But then it's like it's counteracted by like the global passives, which makes it worse again. It's like they add something good for players and then they add something that's also just bad long term, right? So it feels like a bait and switch. And that's why I feel like it's just disingenuous to kind of ignore that fact of it, because it's like, yes, with removing it, we could see it as like a more decent thing, trying to fix the shit that they've broken to some degree. But it's like, but then they immediately switch it up again. And I just think we have to kind of acknowledge that too, right? I don't know. I just think it's bad to just kind of ignore it and say, oh, but it's still good overall. And just the way that I saw your tweet and the way it was framed, it's like, well, the overall thing is good. And it just, that's the way that I interpret it and the way that it was framed, right?
Yeah, no. The only, I think that's why I said like in the tweet something about like the only negative was the global passive. Because like, to be fair, that's the only bad thing, right? So like that bad thing can be really big, but I don't think that bad thing is going to ruin the game in its current state, because it's already in a bad state, in my opinion. Like it's already bad, right? So like these things are helping make it better, and then the global is essentially going to make it, you know, better or worse. But going into the global itself, because like now we could talk about it, I think the biggest issue with the global isn't even that it's a global passive. It's one, that it's being tied behind a limited character, and then two, it's also the fact that we have to look at what this could present to the game overall. And so if it's one of those things like in game, right? Because like I know people play the game for the story or whatever, but truth be told, HSR has been and always is a meta-driven game. So the only thing you can do at that point is like get to in game and then play in game. So Castorice is global passive. The harsher way to say it, and I don't mean it in a like a slanderous way, it's just I'm just waking up. But so my vocabulary is not all the way there.
It's okay, you're good.
But yeah, the global passive only affects players that can't play the game, right? Like it's like if you're already having issues beating something, then the global passive would be the one to help you. But if you're not having that issue, you're able to clear the game, you're, you know, easily doing whatever, then the global won't matter because it'll never trigger.
Right, so you're saying if you don't have skill issue, you won't need it anyway, it doesn't matter to you. That's what you're saying, right?
Right.
It's sure.
Right. And so like, if they were to add more fucked up global passives, then yeah, that's obviously a problem. We could talk about it, which I'm not even saying they wouldn't do, you know, because they're already starting with this one. But I think in a PvE experience-based game or a PvE game, it's kind of hard to dictate that being a problem for every player, because at that point it just comes down to FOMO, you know, like, hey, you have it, but I don't. And so now I feel some type of way, even if I could clear everything.
FOMO is inherently like we draw to. It's just a predatory practice, right? That's just what it is.
Right.
Like, people get FOMO. Like, yes, that's a player thing, right? It's no one forces you to spend money, right? Like I understand. Like no one forces you to spend money to get whatever. That's on the player, sure. But FOMO exists because of the mechanics and that the devs implement to begin with, right? So it's
exactly.
It's like
Yeah, and you could totally be like mad at it. I'm not telling anyone don't be mad at it, right? Like it's totally fine to be mad at it. It's just it's a thing where what did Smack say, like standing 10 toes down, standing on business. It's like if you're gonna be mad, then, you know, obviously stop playing the game. But I think it also
I do agree with that, by the way. I do agree, like if you think it's overwhelmingly like you don't like it, either don't pull for the characters that have it if you really feel that strongly about it, or just don't play the fucking game. I do totally agree. I do think it's like I do think at this point it's pointless for us to waste our breath, especially like how it's presented in the live stream, like the passives. It was so casual. Like they mentioned it in like one sentence. It's like, okay, it's like a nothing to them kind of thing.
Yeah, and they know, they see everything.
Yeah, they know. So it was just like they kind of brushed it off because they didn't want to make it a big deal at all whatsoever. And it's like, okay, that's how they feel about it, right? That's how they fucking feel about it. And at this point, like most players, it's gonna happen, right? So I do agree that like it's gonna happen. So either we have to just like deal with it or not deal with it. That I do agree with. But it's just like I just don't. To me, it's just a weighted thing. It really is. Like it's still just a weighted thing.
Yeah, no, I get you on that for sure. Yeah, it's like I think if I weren't the in-game junkie that I am about it, I'd probably feel some type of way, like a little bit more. But right now I don't, only because like I said, my issue is the game. Like it's just not a good RPG. And this goes into like me, and I've spent like the last 2 or 3 months dissecting everything about it. If it were a better RPG, HP inflation, power creep, global passives, anything of the sort, none of that would matter. The reason it wouldn't matter is because the game itself would be good at its foundation. The problem right now is that it's not good. So if we were to look at any other RPG, right, like Persona or Final Fantasy IX or Dragon Quest or whatever, it has basic TRPG foundations.
Mhm.
Then, you know, blocking, attacking, using an item, running away, whatever. All these things to help you add strategy at a base level. And then they add in skill, boss mechanics, you know, what you can or can't do, special abilities, mechanics, whatever.
Yeah.
Star Rail skipped all of that and just gave you special mechanics.
That's why that's why the game is so fucked up the way it is, right? They made a turn-based RPG, like you said, gets rid of a lot of the fundamentals of a turn-based RPG, and they give you 2 fucking buttons per character, and that's it. They give you 2 buttons per character, and it all comes down. That's why the roster is so big. 'Cause that's the only way you have any other kind of spells, abilities, whatever it is. Like any other normal like turn-based RPG, right? Every character could do like so many things. Like you say, you could defend, you can use items, you have like a whole list of abilities every single character can use, right? And that's why they have to compensate for having, you know, end game modes where you have to use multiple teams, a huge roster of characters to fill that gap of like abilities. And also probably why they don't have a lot of 4-stars, because it's really hard to make a lot of, you know, turn-based, you know, how do I want to say, a lot of characters that have like such a small amount of abilities. If you give a bunch of them to 4-stars, you're kind of limiting what you do for your 5-stars too. Like I understand why they don't have a lot of 4-stars, because it's really hard to make 4-stars like this in a turn-based way, right? That's how I see it.
Yeah,
it's really hard for them to make 4-stars.
The couple that they've done, like for instance Gallagher or Pela, like these 4-stars are so good with just basic ideas or concepts that they're like, if we keep making them, we're just not gonna have anything for the 5-stars.
And if they're not good, people just won't use them. They'll just use 5-stars. Like that's it. People just won't use them, and that's why 4-stars suck. And I totally agree. I totally feel that, and that's why they don't have fucking 4-stars in the game. It's so dog shit. It's the issue with it being, like you say, a bad turn-based RPG, which I totally agree with. Which is why everyone now is saying Wizardry is the best turn-based gacha. Have you played yet? Have you played Wizardry yet?
No, I've seen you guys playing that.
You need to. You of all people, you need to play Wizardry. I swear, like I think it will be so good for you.
It reminds me of Etri and Odyssey. I don't know if I want to play it or not.
You do experience an actual hardcore turn-based RPG. Wait. It's so good. It's so good. We're all big fans. We're all shills. I will be a Wiz shill forever. No, it's Is
it on what is it on, like Steam or?
You can. It is on Steam. It is on Steam. You can get it on Steam.
Okay.
Apparently, Etri and Odyssey was inspired by Wizardry. That's
no. Stop the lies. Stop the lies.
Bro's XCDing so hard. Wizardry needs you. No, I honestly think you should give it a go. Because it's been so much fun. It's like, you know, it's a dungeon crawler, right? Dungeon crawler turn-based RPG. It's actually really hard. And I think it's given me a sense of joy. Because I also like kind of turn-based. I also like, you know, kind of like strategy, like turn-based. Like I played a lot of like, Fire Emblem. I played like a lot of things like Persona, things like that. Like I've played like both of those kind of things, and for some reason like Wizardry just like hits like a sweet spot, and it's pretty fun. Like being able to like defend, use items, all your characters could have multiple fucking spells and abilities. It's like, damn, I wish like we had this level of complexity. All that? Yes, you could defend. You got items.
You might be selling me. Hold on.
And it's so cool because if you get dupes of characters, you can like transfer abilities from one to the other character too. So like it's just really cool. It's way more customizable. And it's so fun. Yeah, it's like, it's definitely like an RPG first before a gacha. The gacha mechanics do fucking suck though. It's like, it's ridiculous. You need a lot of pulls to like get characters, but it's like a 5%, so the rates are higher. But like you better get any fucking pulls, like at all. But it's a good game first, and you don't need like a shit ton of like quote-unquote 5-star characters to play it. But yeah, should give it a shot. But I agree that
I'll put it on my wish list thingy here and probably install
based. But no, I agree that Honkai Star Rail is overall just in a bad spot, because I'm really sad. Like I don't want to preface, I'm not like a hater for the sake of being like a hater, right? Like I played Honkai Star Rail since like launch day. Right, I played literally since day fucking one, and it was honestly my favorite experience playing for like the first 6 months. Like it really was. I had so much fun, but I think like as time goes on and the roster just gets bigger and bigger, It's like, oh, I'm just not comfortable skipping characters anymore. I think that's what it was for me. It's like the first thing I noticed was like,
Yeah.
I'm just
I mean, and it
I feel
could be
bad.
like you're probably in the same situation that Brax and I are in. Like we both kind of feel some type of way about it because HSR was the game that for him, you know, he was playing Genshin and then he moved over to HSR and he's like, I like it.
Yeah.
And then for me, I was dabbling in like Honkai Impact for a bit, but mostly like Tower of Fantasy. And then I was like, I need something else. And then Starro just kind of picked up and I was like, I really like this game. And then also like, I guess that's to their degree or to their credit, when the game first came out, so like up to 2.0, having just basic attack, skill, and whatever else, it worked because the game wasn't so, you know, in depth, or it didn't have as many things to do with enemies and the rotations and everything else. But now we've gotten to a point where there's so much added into the game that you kind of need to revamp the combat system, the battle system itself. It can't stay the way it is.
Yeah. But how do they do that? I don't see, there's no way that can happen. I just don't see how
I don't know either. I feel like
jump.
I feel like if they add a block button or like, because I guess, you know, I talked about it. You could add a block button and like maybe it sacrifices that character's turn for that, you know, that instance, but they recover a little bit of HP or they gain a skill point. Like there's ways you could work around it so that it has that, you know, and they of course take reduced damage. And then like even worse, because what was it? Oh, you know, like Hule has the whole like splash the ground and it hits multiple enemies. So I even thought of it like where what happens if that one character blocks, right? A guard button, boom. So the character in the middle guards. And so now what happens is because the next person is going to get hit, or Kafka has like her penetration values and things like that. Well, okay, yeah, you take 10% damage, but the other 90% goes towards the destruction characters to your left, right? And so now that adds even more strategy on like who's getting placed where on the team and who you bring against certain fights. I think if they were to just look more at the game and the characters and like what you could do, there's a lot of depth they can add by just giving basic stuff.
Yeah, it's like you want more ways to add skill expression, because right now most of the skill expression in Honkai Star Rail is before you even do the fight itself, right? It's about your artifacts, it's about the characters that you have, it's your team composition. There's like very minimal skill expression in the actual fights itself, apart from like, it's kind of like rotation, right? Are you hitting the right button at the right time? That's really it. Like it's all like pre-programmed.
Exactly.
Everything's pre-programmed. So it's like having more ways to actually express skill in the actual fights itself would immediately, because there is none. There's like basically none. You have two fucking buttons. That's it. You either press the right one for the right character or that's it. So it's like, yeah, I totally agree. Like, not to shield again, but like in Wizardry with the defend, if your character defends and then they get hit, you create an opening on the character that hit you, and then you can then hit them for more damage. Like really simple, like opening move. So like something like that could like work too, and like so easily. Like I genuinely think like it could be done so easily. Like just a block mechanic, and whoever gets attacked, okay, it applies like an opening debuff or whatever it is for X amount of fucking damage, like given. Like just like really simple things. It's just, yeah, like you say, it allows for more skill expression, lots of opportunities, and each god could be different for every character if they wanted to. Like if they love doing that. They love doing that, right? Making things unique to a character. Like, okay, you want to monetize that? Go ahead, but at least you're adding more fucking like options to the game. You're adding more skill expression to the game. I agree. It's rough. What do you think about the other like RPG aspect outside of combat? Like, what do you think about like its visuals, its storytelling? What do you think about that?
I think it's lackluster in comparison, but I guess to be fair, I've been comparing it to not turn-based RPGs that are gacha games. You know, like if I look at it, I've compared it to HoYo's Honkai Impact. They have, and Honkai Impact is like, it's great when it is, and then other times it's like a bore fest because they do the same thing Starro does with the PNGs and the screens and whatnot. But if I look at Zenless is up there, Wuthering is up there. Like they've really been cooking with 2.0. And even like before that, like with 1.2 or whatever, I'd say Wuthering and Zenless are like the two go-to games. If I want to watch a story and like play the gacha game, then I'm gonna go to those two games.
Right.
But if I'm looking at RPGs, then it'd have to be something like, honestly, Persona's the closest thing. But Persona 3, right, does the same thing where it's like PNGs or models on the screen, and they're not really moving around like that, except, you know, wherever they're going. But I think Starro has the right concept. It's just bad because they have, you know, it's HoYo. We know you have all this money, you have all these resources and assets, and then what makes it bothersome for me is like, we'll get a trailer, with this amazing fight scene and all other kinds of crazy crap. And then it's like, that was awesome. You play the story and none of that is
none of it is in there.
I'm like, you gotta be kidding me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, why would you do that? You know, like if you're gonna waste the resources on this 3-minute trailer, make a 3-minute animation, put it in the game. So
it's and they, like you say, they definitely have the resources to do it. Like you say, they do it in their own other games. They do it in like Zenless, you know. They can make it more interactive, so there's no reason why they can't. And it's just like complacency and getting used to what they're doing. I understand they raised a point in the live stream itself. They acknowledged the fact that, hey, like, we make a lot of these patches like years in advance, right? And so they can't immediately apply things from feedback now, which I understand, right? I get, like, feedbacks they're implementing now are from suggestions they had maybe a year ago at this point. So I understand that they're trying and they want to do, like they said, they even mentioned the animations, like they wanted to add more things in, which I hope they do. I hope they stick to their word, right? And I hope it's not just like I hope it's not the case that like they do like the Myriad Celestias and then they just put that in the game. Like I hope it's not like that, right? That would be so retarded. Like that would actually
That'd be like funny. No. You wanted Myriad Celestia, so we took the Myriad Celestia from YouTube and put it in the game. Yay!
Like, listen, it's not out the question. It's not out the question. But if they did, that'd be funny. But no, they wouldn't dare do that. I think people would. No, they couldn't do that. But it'd be funny. I just want them to do events like Zenless. I'm so sick of Patch being banners and handing mints for daily jades. I'll be real, I don't play Zenless. I completely quit the game, so I don't know what events are like in Zenless. I hate the only complaint I hear from Zenless is like the whole power creep debate already, which has only been like a year. So I just find that kind of funny.
There's no power creep. There's no power creep in Zenless.
I have no idea. If you told me there isn't, like, I wouldn't know. I couldn't argue.
So imagine if I were to, because you play Weathering, imagine if I said, okay, Jinxie's power creep and like now the game is horrible and it's just like she's just powerful, right? But that doesn't stop you from playing with, you know, single player dungeon or the new Cancerella, like you're still able to clear. Even Amethyst, I literally just watched him struggle to fight against the fallacy, right? And I don't even think he beat it at the end of it, but you know, he was fighting fallacy. And so, or Sentry, whatever it was, and he's fighting it, he beat it with Yuan Wu. And I'm like, no one plays Yuan Wu except him. Like he's the one Yuan Wu player and he beat it. So it's like, we can't sit here and say like, oh yeah, power creep, power creep, power creep. Same thing applies to Zenless, but I think the difference is that, and it goes for both communities, right? Weathering community will always defend, you Amethyst. But Weathering community is always going to defend their game. You know what I mean? Like, hey, there's nothing here. So, we love it. This is how you play. You get better. Zenless is the same way.
Here's what I think. Like, it's like, I agree. You can have very powerful characters, but your other characters still clear totally fine. And there's no issue and it can work. The only way it becomes like power creep is if those characters, like you say, suddenly can't clear content or it's significantly harder. Like you need significantly more like skill expression or something else in order to do it. And then we could say that it's power creep, right? But if it's like comfortable, if it's still comfortable, then I could say it's not yet because it's not required. The power is not required to clear the content, sure. But it's still like a huge red flag though. I think it'd be unfair to say that it
like
isn't.
I think the way that I look at it is like, and I don't play enough of all the characters in Weathering to know who would be the equivalent, but the equivalent to what people always compare it to would be Miyabi. So Miyabi just makes it easier to clear content because she's just that damn good. But the reason she's that damn good is because imagine if you could take, what does Weathering have? Fuck. Imagine taking a crit-based character and then combining them with the other, you know, second most powerful attack type in the game, right? And so Miyabi does both. She does everything, every DPS in the game, she does it. And she's the only one that does it. So it makes it easier that way. However, Zenless is, and I'm only bringing this up because I thought it was funny. I'm not shading him at all, but they rated me the other day and they were like, bro, you got to watch Saint. Why is he doing this? Why is he clearing this way? And so that was a really good example of like showing that, you know, hey, Miyabi is really easy. But if you don't know what you're doing in the game itself, then that won't matter. And that goes across the entire game. If I know what I'm doing, I can clear anything with like Nekomata or Soldier 11, right? These are base, you know, standard day one characters. And I can clear perfectly fine with those characters. but it's easier for me to do with Miyabi because she has so many more tools than these standard characters have. And that's just a whole different like gacha stuff, right? Like normally gacha game characters are going to come out with new stuff every single time. But everything can be cleared, right? It just, Zenless, I like to award both games. You really need to learn what you're doing. Like if I go play Wuthering, I should really learn what I'm doing with a rotation or with this character. And the same thing with Zenless. If I want to play it, I should really learn what I'm doing with this character. And then I can start talking about whatever else.
I do think it's maybe kind of silly to like, you know, if you're not playing the characters properly, then yeah, we can't expect to clear the content. Like that's, and then using that to compare to another character that is like arguably like stronger. I think it is kind of a little bit silly, but at the end of the day, I think the point is still like, well, this character is still far easier to play, so therefore is stronger. I feel like if a character just is easier to get the same amount of damage, I think like it is more powerful, it is stronger. But like you say, if it's still clearable from all the others, and you know, so I understand, but it's
yeah.
It's just the point being, like it's still Miyabi is still like, okay, you get it, you win. I think that's the point that's trying to be proven, right? It's like you have a way more.
I mean, well, not even because he didn't win either. That's that one was fun. That's the funnier part. He used Miyabi and he didn't win, so I'm like, oh no, like the comments were all over his ass. Yeah, so I'm like, yep, well, like I don't know what to tell you.
Okay, well, again, I don't know much about Zenless, so I can't fucking talk. But if that's the case, then well, yeah. The problem is easy as HP inflation. The thing is, HP inflation isn't every fucking gacha game. Why? It's the easiest way to implement progression of like to feel like you're gonna have to carry on progressing, upgrading your characters, right? Because what else do? You could either fucking, you know, what else do? You could either make the mechanics harder, add more mechanics, or the easiest thing to do, just give them more HP. That's why it's everywhere.
Yeah, and to be fair, in Zenless, hot take, but Zenless needed HP inflation. Well, we've gradually been getting HP inflation. Like that's something that people don't notice or know, is that every single patch they've increased the stats to keep up with the characters. But it did a drastic increase. It's not by like a huge amount, but it's noticeable now. They needed it though, because if you talk to anybody about Zenless and they tell you something about hypercarry or whatever, they're gonna bring up how someone's best team is Astral Nicole. That combo is it's like, imagine if you could, I mean, you can do it in Starro actually, taking Robin and taking Sunday, or taking Robin and like an E1 May and putting them on the same team. That's basically what Astral Nicole does in an action-based game, right? And so it's like that much power being given to any single DPS character, it's too much. So instead of making the game harder, which people would then complain about, they just increase the HP. So like you can still clear and get your S rank, but now instead of clearing in 30 seconds, it takes you a minute and 30 seconds. Like it's not the end of the world. So
it's not, you're not saying it's such an unreasonable amount of HP. It's not like Honkai Star Rail HP inflation.
Yeah, it's not like a Star Rail thing. Yeah. Star Rail is literally increasing by the millions.
Yeah.
It might have done like plus 200,000, right?
Yeah.
Like it's not.
When you're increasing HP inflation to the point where you're actually limiting certain team plays, then that's a problem, right? But you're just suggesting that they're doing it for the sake of like actually making you play the game. Like it sounds like
right,
like,
exactly.
Like you're actually playing it for more than 10 seconds. Like that I can understand, right? I can understand. Because yeah, like, honestly, I don't want to be a fucking hater. I feel like I'm sounding like I'm a fucking HoYo hater. I promise I'm not trying to be. I feel like whenever I played Zenless, I felt like I was spending more time in a fucking menu than I was actually playing the game. Like I felt like I never actually like spent that much time like actually fucking doing shit. Maybe I might go back and give it a try. I keep saying that. I keep saying maybe I'll give it a second shot. I don't know.
It's a cool game. It depends, you know. You got to get the. I told Hex the same thing. You got to find your character.
Right.
She wasn't having fun until she had Ellen. So you have to find like that character that makes you really like, I like playing this. And then you'll start to see like, okay, I like this about Zenless.
That's why people fucking re-roll a lot of gachas to begin with, right? Like if they're not going to have fun immediately, they'll keep re-rolling until they have the new character.
People don't know it. Like if they weren't following me like day one, I actually quit Zenless's beta. Like as much as I'm like the Zenless guy, CBT 2 and 3, I quit because I didn't get Ellen. I went all the way to max pity on the and I didn't get this during the beta, so I can't pay for it. It made me even more pissed off. But I never got Ellen. It wasn't until they gave her for free. They were like, hey, there's 1 week left of the beta. Everyone gets everything. Here's free tickets. And I'm like, I'm not playing this. And I just, nope. And I was so angry, man.
Oh, that's what, no, it's true. Characters make your experience. You know, if you're lucky, you get the early roll, the early 5-star. Maybe a character you weren't like into initially, you were like, oh, actually, this is really good. Those moments when you lose like your 50-50s and on the next pull you get your character, it's like, oh, okay, I don't care anymore. Yeah, I'm happy now. Like it does completely change your enjoyment depending on what characters you pull for. I think that's why a lot of us play gacha games. We play for the characters, right? At the end of the day, that's what we're here for.
Gambling addiction.
Yeah, crippling gambling addiction. We're here for the cool looking, hot looking characters, you know what I mean? Like, it's at this point, let's be real. If we're all being honest with ourselves, the gameplay is now second, right? We're just gambling addicts with our silly little fucking characters, you know? That's really what it is at this point. Story plus characters, well, I don't know why I would play gacha games if we want a good story, I'll be real. I think all of them are kind of like, okay. All of them are kind of okay. Even Wooers is like, it's not the best plot. It's pretty straightforward and simple, but it's executed pretty visual. Have you done the new Wooer patch yet? How about you, West? Hello? Am I dead? Oh, hello?
No, hi.
Hi. Have you played the new Wooer patch yet?
No, not the. I got Cancerella, and then they were like, "Hey, you can't build her." So I said,
"Oh, it's one of those." Wait, you can't even. Yeah. You know what? I think it'd be really good for Wooer to add a system, like you can even do like in Honkai, right? You can early access materials. I think that would.
Well, I can get her boss materials and stuff, but I can't get the actual boss or her ascension map.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to wait, which I mean, I'm gonna play the story anyway, so it's whatever, but I'm just gonna take my time with it. Like, I've seen nothing but great stuff about it though. Like 2.2 story is amazing, and I was literally just praising 2.0 and 2.1.
Mm-hmm.
What was it, was that yesterday stream? I was literally just praising the crap out of it because it's really good. So I'm excited to see what's her name? Cartithia? I want to see what she's got.
Bro, she looks so.
I really want to see the other one though, bro. The hot chick.
Bro,
she got a fat ass.
She's got a better face card too. To me, I feel like she's got a better face card. She's like that more mature sort of like vibe, and I'm just like, I wish she was, you know, gonna be the one that we get a pull, but alas. I don't know.
Oh man,
I wish that was the case.
I hope it's not another Kokoyo situation, because Koko is my favorite.
Oh my god, bro.
Yeah.
People got edged for so long with Kokolia. People got edged so fucking much.
I couldn't get her in Genshin. They brought her back in Starro. I couldn't get her in Starro. And now I'm not going to be able to get the Wuthering version. I'll be a little upset.
Yep. But yeah, 07 Kokolia, no, we'll be so mad. There's also like like another redhead character that we've seen in like the trailers that makes an appearance. She's so cool.
She's so cute.
She's like, she gives me like female Bran energy. Like, we're actually having a bard in our fucking sci-fi game. It's so funny. I find that so funny. We have this bard with a loot. It's like, okay, cool. I hope you enjoy it though. I hope you enjoy 2.2. I will. I'm glad the patch is shorter. I think the only thing I'm worried about is like, yes, we have made story, but like I'm kind of worried about the amount of events that we're having. But we'll see.
You want to hear the crazy idea that I said Wuthering should do? I'll turn it into a video, but super cool idea that they kind of did, but they won't fully do. And I would love if they did it. So we have the upside down dungeon thingy in 2.2 with so that basically a Zelda dungeon, right? And then all the other previous dungeons that we've had for like the train, I think it was in 1.3 with the shorekeeper, and then we have the bank with the Montellis, and then we have something else that came out. All of these are basically dungeons that Cancerella's companion quest or whatever. These are all dungeons. If they turn these dungeons into full-on like actual dungeons where you could go through it week by week or whatever with your friends or solo,
like just add an MMO aspect
they would be
to
number
it or
one.
something.
Yes,
right?
yes.
Like add the
it would
MMO
automatically be number one.
Like have like instead of like dungeons, it's just like the Sonorospheres, and like you go into a different Sonorosphere like every week, get some kind of rated materials, because they're definitely leaning more into the co-op side of things. Like they're introducing way more of them. Like every single patch, we're getting like a co-op event, and if they continue to go down that path, that'll be really cool, right? A team of 3, you go through the whole thing. Because rather than go from like boss to boss, it's like it'll be cool if like you had to solve puzzles together, like actual like good ones.
Yes.
Right. Like
yes,
actual like good puzzles, like platform, and not just like, oh, press this thing and then you go, like actual like whatever, and then you fight a boss at the end of it. That would be a really cool experience. But again, it's the whole thing of like co-oping gacha is just like people seem to be against it. But it's silly.
I think they're only against it because of the what is it? The reward system. Most of the time, gacha games are always tying behind like, you know, the Primo Gems or Stellar Jades or Astrite, and it's like you don't really have to do that. If they made it to where, like, as I was telling them, I was like, you could make that dungeon like co-op thing, and then you could make it gear, right? So like, hey, you get this echo, or you know, a phantom echo with these guaranteed stats, and it's only maybe once a week you can go through it, but you can do it with your friends.
Yeah.
And you basically treat it like an MMO. And I'm like, that'd be great.
Or like, even because they implemented titles now. Just do it for fucking titles. Things that don't even affect gameplay. So many people would do it.
I'm so excited for titles.
Right? So many people.
I don't know why I'm so excited for that.
I love like hunting down like titles and like, wow. Like that was so cool. Like always having the titles like, okay, I feel good now. But it only feels good if you can show it off, right? Kind of.
Yeah,
so it's like
it's like, hey, I have this title and you don't, and it's like, fuck, how do you get that title?
Right.
It was last patch, bro. You can never get it again.
Exactly. So like having titles or like skins, like if you did a certain amount of like, or like you could have like skins attached to the titles. Right, if you got so many X amount of titles in a category, you get a skin or whatever it is. That's like incentive that players will do that aren't rewards, and it also solves some of the problem of like what makes like a good live service game, one that's repeatable and replayable constantly. Right? Like Fortnite, you do the same thing over and over again, but it's still fun. Like gachas need that content. Like, yes, we have our end games, yes, we have our stories, but like the actual repeatable content that we wouldn't mind just like, oh, I just want to kill some time for like an hour or two, and you just have a repeatable experience, which is why I like the concept of elusive realm in WoWa. I just hope they tweak it. I just hope they tweak it to make it like more engaging for like that repeatability, but it's definitely on the right track. But that's what I'm excited for. I wish they announced it coming back at some point. It's been a while.
I didn't realize it was gone. I'm not gonna lie to you. It got replaced with the WeeWa thing, right?
Yeah, we haven't seen it since like 1.4, I feel like at this point. I don't think we've seen it. They didn't replace it. It's just like they're saying even live they're like, we're making it better and it'll come back later. It's like, okay, it's been 3 patches. I'm waiting. I'm fucking waiting. It was the best.
Maybe they're doing more of the co-op thing for it.
But also the co-op stuff is fun, and I hope they keep adding to it. And like you say, add more of those like MMO kind of mechanics into it, but not in the MMO grindy sort of way, but just make a fun experience, a playable experience. I feel like it's just like important. And yeah, titles, big W. Honestly, I think maybe wrap up the conversation. This was nice. I appreciate it.
No problema. So I keep telling you guys, anytime y'all are confused, just ask or call.
I'm not a hater. I'm never looking to hate. I'm always willing to just talk. So it's a good conversation. I appreciate it a lot. And I appreciate you.
No problem.
All right. Have a lovely day, sir.
All right, you too.
Bye.
Bye.
See, chat, no war. 0 war. Hello? Hi, how are you?
Good. Yeah, I've just been lurking, listening to yours and EO's chat. It's pretty good. I think pretty productive overall.
It was a nice conversation. I think it's a productive conversation. I think it's good to have productive conversations. Like it's just like, okay, what do we not like? What do we do like? What do we think could be better? I like to talk about how do we make fucking turn-based better. That's nice.
Yeah.
That's how I feel a lot with all of Honkai Star. Did you see the live stream?
Yep, I was up doing IRL work, and then I was like, oh, it's this morning, so I happened to tune in while I was like up working, and so I saw it all. It finally happened. It's in.
How do you feel about it?
I'm not telling you my work, chat. I'm not about to dox myself. What do you mean?
He shows his penis on camera for money. That's what he does.
Yep, subscribe to my OnlyFans.
Subscribe.
It's
to
called
OnlyFans.
Senior Shafty. All it is just shaft photos.
Senior Shafty is fucking crazy.
Yeah, that's my corn name.
Senior Shafty is wild. The gacha pimp. Oh my god. Sign me up. Okay, crazy. Chat, behave. Be fucking behave. Okay, it's not okay. Respect.
I heard he has OnlyFans, so I immediately came in. What's going on? How much?
When are you releasing your OnlyFans out of this?
I've already said I'd create an OnlyFans if I get my goal.
What's your goal?
Oh my gosh.
Like 10k subs on YouTube and 2k followers on Twitch.
That's a pretty easy goal to fucking reach.
That's
no?
very achievable.
They won't do it. I said I'll make an OnlyFans account.
You having your goal set so low means that you actually want to do it, though. You realize that, right?
Oh, all right.
Boiled up.
Oh shit, you're right. All right, fine. I'll change it. 25k followers on Twitch. There we go.
Okay.
Based.
There we go.
And then I'll create an OnlyFans account.
And $100,000 in the bank. Let's go. That's the requirement.
Wired directly into the
$100,000 in the bank. How much money would it take to make an OnlyFans? Like, if someone's like, "I'll pay you this amount if you just change career immediately from whatever you're doing and just make OnlyFans," how much would that have to be?
Well, like a month. Like how much do I have to earn a month?
No, just flat fee.
Flat
Someone's
fee.
like, "Hey, I'm gonna come pay you this money. Start an OnlyFans."
Yeah. Like actually. Like,
oh, and that's.
Like how much would it cost?
I'll do it for 100,000.
100. You would change your career completely.
Yeah, because in what I'd do, I'd invest that 100k to make more money, and I'll become a millionaire.
What do you invest in right now?
What would I invest in?
Yeah, what do you invest in?
I would invest in stocks, and I would also invest in my PTing, because it means I can promote stuff more.
Okay, base.
Honestly, if you just have like 100k liquid, like you could drop that in the S&P, and then like with compound interest.
True. Yeah, like I'd put a ton in ISAs, so I just gain money every year, guaranteed through the bank, and then I would then invest in stocks, and then I'd also invest the rest of it in my PTing.
Based?
Personal. That's amazing. Look, remember, chat, there's no shortcuts to investing.
Nope. Make sure
don't buy meme coins. Don't fall for that shit.
Oh.
Slow and steady wins the race and helps you not be homeless on the streets.
This is very true.
Okay.
This is very true.
Just putting it out there.
Yeah.
Don't buy Trump coin. Don't buy cock and ball coin. Whatever the fuck it is. You know.
Yeah. Please don't do that, guys. Please don't do that. We want you to actually keep your money and to thrive. Please don't do that. Okay.
I mean, you can make 1,000 times turnover investment in 24 hours. That's like sounds so good. What do you mean?
They're good. Yeah, totally.
Chat, it's the S&P 500. It's basically a big index fund. You're basically investing in the whole stock market. It's the like safest option there. Although it did drop a lot today.
Did it?
He's like,
it was like, oh no.
Although, to answer your question, because I got 5 minutes here and then I got dip. Because you're asking me about like the patch. I was saying it to Ethan because I was chilling. I was lurking in his stream earlier too. Like it's 100% just like a mixed bag experience, kind of like what you guys were talking about before. Where like there are positives in there. Like there are things that like I think objectively, if you look at that single thing, it's like, yeah, that is like a good thing. That's not bad. Like they're giving away. Like with that currency, there is an opportunity to get like 2 free limited characters. It seems like you don't have to use it right away if you don't want Locha and on May. So like there's an opportunity there to, pick up some characters. 20 gifted pulls is like whatever. Like it is what it is. Like that's not like crazy to me, but it's like better than it is better than Genshin.
It's like 30, right? Let's be 30. It's 20 and then
Yeah, you're right. From the whatever the letters and stuff that come in, you get the extra 1,600 jades. You're right. So yeah, it's like something like 30 limited pulls that you're getting to, which is like honestly like That's not bad considering like the rate of which things are given away in Star Rail. Like they're like kind of like economies.
People always have a problem with like they always seem to give more. I think the things with Star Rail, they always seem to be generous. But the amount of pulls you get per patch compared to the cards they release is always not, when you put the numbers together, it's not always that good. In fact, sometimes it's worse than Genshin a lot of the time. Because they release so many characters like per patch, and they have so many banners. It's like, okay, like what, the next banners, they're having like 4 characters again, right? You have like Castorice and Luxa. What's it? It's gonna be Castorice, it's a Luxa. You've got Acheron, Jiaoche, Fugyu, and really,
but they're all reruns though.
Yeah,
so like that
just
like that's like, always been like such a nothing burger to me. Like, okay, there's more characters, so there's more reruns.
But
like,
they're having to do so many reruns, right? They're putting like multiple reruns at the same time because they kind of have to. Right?
I don't like the fact they did like 4 reruns. I don't like that.
Hold on. The alternative is like there's a larger gaps between characters.
No, I'm totally fine. I'm totally fine with it. I'm just saying it's just funny that they kind of have to, right? They have.
Oh, they do. Yeah, it's a problem of their own making.
Right, exactly. That's why I find
like,
it funny. Like, I'm not complaining that they're doing it. It's just funny that it exists. Like they have to have fucking 4 characters at once. It's funny.
See, people are like, see, this is where I get tilted. Is I'm like, let's argue the things that like matter here, and people are turning it into like, oh, this is predatory because they're having so many banners live. But I'm like, it's just because there's so many characters, and so they're just like having reruns more frequently. Like, to me, that's not predatory. Having like more opportunities to pull on previous characters, like that's just a consequence of the model of like when you're releasing 2 new characters every patch. Like, yeah, you have the problem of like just like character roster issues there. So like,
but they should also in turn, if they can't keep the same like, or slightly more, well, same number of pulls as they do for like Genshin, and have such a larger rate of acquiring new characters in a roster. Doesn't make sense. Like it's just find it funny. It was the generous game at the beginning, but it's just really not, and it just like doesn't make sense to me. You're requiring people to, again, lack of 4 stars. You're requiring people to be pulling full 5 stars, and you're keeping the same amount of pull currency. Doesn't make sense, and it's contributing to this feeling of power creep because people can't get characters as easily or as quickly as they're putting them out. And I think that's where a lot of the issue actually comes from, is the pull currency to pulls and the rate of acquiring characters.
Okay, in fear of sounding like a shill here, like that is like kind of the monetization model that like being free to play, like unless you're lucky, you're not gonna have enough currency to get every single character.
Sure, no,
that is typical in like every gacha.
Sure.
So like, again, so like there's some things here that are like, this is the like this monetization model has
at which it happens, I think, is that can be spoken about, right?
I don't, again, it seems to be fairly consistent, at least from where I'm sitting, like to be fairly typical, at least with like their like other titles, like unless again barring any kind of like luck, like it seems to be pretty consistent in that regard for me. So that's where like I'm like, I guess like that part has never bothered me. It didn't bother me on the last patch too. Like where it becomes to me a concern is like double running like new limited characters like at the same time, or like kind of like what they did with Genshin when they were splitting like rewards on like another latter half of a patch so you couldn't use it on some characters, and they do more of those things to like force it. But being free to play generally means like you're gonna have to pick and choose, and that's why like again I'm always like an advocate of like just pick the characters you like, because you're not going to be able to get everybody without any kind of luck. So
I think picking whoever you like them in Honkai Star Rail is kind of like a recipe for disaster, because you're likely to pick characters that like don't probably gel very well together.
It's only like a really negative consequence if you're feeling sweaty about endgame. But again, that if you're feeling sweaty about endgame, you're going to be pursuing meta. Combat
does rely on you pulling for meta. Like there is no like really much of an alternative. Like you can't have like a fuck ass team that doesn't really make sense and expect to really do much of anything, right? So it's just like,
again, if your concern is,
so like
it's only your concern if you want a full star clear the end game, like then it's a like a concern there. So that, I guess for me, because like I don't care about getting max full star clears in oh my gosh, Memory of Chaos, that like it's never really been a bother for me. Now again, if that is something that like people want, then yeah, of course that's going to be a point of frustration, because you want to pull for the characters you want, but now you are struggling to clear the end game. Like 100%, that's fair. But again, that's where like that's the monetization model, that's the free to play model. Like that is like to some degree gacha games. I wish they were more generous. I wish more games rewarded player dedication. Meaning like, you know, if you played the game, you had enough to at least get like a single copy of the character if you cleared all the events and stuff. Like I think there should be some degree of like player reward in doing so, but I also understand like this is like the consequence of the monetization model, and so it's a balance between like I wish and like the realistic side of things. Like 'cause there's literally only one gacha game. Yeah, there's only one gacha game I've ever played that has rewarded players like that. And of course it's PGR. What PGR mentioned?
Oh my god, PGR, no way.
But
What,
yeah.
Punishing Grey Raven? Insane.
Yeah, it's the only one I've played that has like rewarded player time and dedication to do so. So I do wish they had stuck to that more with like, you know, Woo and stuff. But and anyway, it's a mixed bag, and I'll be honest, I'll end with this. Maybe I'll pop back later if you're still on. I have no idea what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be honest. I don't even know if I'm gonna keep playing the game or not.
Continue playing? It's
yeah, I don't know.
For me, it's like I don't want to like. For me,
Sorry, I've gotta go. I'm sorry.
Bye.
I will listen. What will you say?
Do you play Honkai Star Rail with this?
The last time I played it was just after Christmas.
Oh really? Oh shit.
Yeah, I played just after Christmas, and then when 3.0 came out, I looked at it and I was like, no, thank you. And then after that, I said, I renounce thy gods. I renounce the HSR gods. I'm not playing no more. Fuck off, basically.
I renounce you.
Yeah, literally, I was like, I renounce you. You served me well. And then yeah, I was like, I can't play this again. Not because I don't want to, I really want to. I fucking love the game. And I remember the good times I had on the game, but those times are far behind me now. I remember year 1 HSR. Oh, it was so fucking good. And then year 2 HSR.
I'm one of those rare people that even like the Lawfu. I actually really like the Lawfu, but like it disappointed me. It disappointed me when I didn't get the payoff that I wanted. Like, I never got the Blade Dan Heng payoff that I wanted, the Jing Liu, the Jing Yuan, Jing Liu, and I'm just like, all those little things that I really wanted for like characters to develop, and then immediately we're introduced to new characters, and I'm like, oh fuck, like, I feel like I got blue balled, and that's where I was starting to feel like, oh no, is this how it's gonna be?
They like cradled the balls.
Which is why I actually liked 2.4 when we went back, and they added more context, but then they ruined the 2.5 story, and I'm like, oh fuck me.
Yeah.
Like they still didn't.
Fei Xiao stuff was cool.
They still didn't.
I loved Fei Xiao.
2.4 was good. 2.5 they fucking fucked it up. But like, I
didn't play after watching your reaction because I watched what you did,
I was so
and I was
sad.
like,
I was so sad. 2.5 like actually like made me sad. And then they released
I laughed, but not
which is just like actually the worst thing ever. Like I think that was actually the worst patch in gacha history, and I hope everyone fucking skipped that shit. It was so goddamn bad.
I just don't understand. I don't understand. I genuinely, this is one thing. I want to know what goes on in the boardroom. I want to know what goes on there because year 1 HSR, right? Everyone's praising HSR. Genshin could never. HSR's fucking peak. It's balanced. It's fair. Love it. Lots of pulls. Lots of end game. And then they just go, we've got them now, boys.
I don't think it's like that. I don't think they have the ill intention of doing it like that. I genuinely don't. I think the problem is, it's like a boulder, right? That you push down a fucking mountain, and suddenly that boulder's speeding up, and the only, like, you can't stop it. They have to constantly innovate with the game, right? And they're trying to innovate with dog shit, right? They're trying to innovate with every character when you fight has 2 fucking abilities. You have your passives, which is why passives are so fucking long. If you read a Honkai Star Rail passive list, bro, they're Bibles, right? They're so fucking thick, right? And then you have your skills, and then you have your fucking ults, right? You don't have that many things to do, that many options to press, right? And so they've made this system of a game where they have to make a more and more intricate to feel like the game's progressing. Otherwise, it will become the same. It will be the same game for a year. It will get boring, like incredibly boring, right? And so they have to keep making more of these intricate things, intricate mechanics for it to feel fresh and like new. But the problem with that is the running Boulevard, where like suddenly it's now spiraling, getting out of control, and they're like, oh fuck, now we have to keep it interesting and fresh and add these other mechanics. But in doing so, we're limiting certain teams, and it affects one team more than others. And now it's like, that's how it works. It's a running ball. It's so dumb.
Fresh to death, baby.
The other gacha games that I play on my mobile, they do like these year tickets. So what they do, so for instance, if it was, so when they get to, for instance, no worries, the 2nd year anniversary, right? They'll do, you have a ticket, you can literally free summon any year 1 unit, and in year 3 it's you can have any year 2 unit, like anyone you want with this ticket, even because it's the prior year, but it's not so far to the point where it's these units are shit. They're very viable, but they're a year behind, which means you have to put a little bit more effort into building them. But when you build them, you can clear the content. It's not impossible. But like, there's games that I play on my mobile that do that. So let's say there was an anniversary unit that you missed, and you know the odds are shit. Then what they'll do a year later is the next anniversary is, oh, if you want the 2-year anniversary unit, you can fucking have it. And it's, and you know, but I just think something like, if they was like, oh, from this date to this date, any unit that released from here to here, you can have with this ticket. Pick one, anyone. But they won't. But it would benefit a lot from it, because it would make it a little bit easier to digest.
Point,
it would be like
for Honkai
the content a little bit clearable.
Genuinely, at this point, they have so many characters, right? They have so many characters whereby I don't see what the huge, like, they have a select, and they're gonna have one now for like Ruan, Mei, and Lawatcher, who are arguably going to be like some of the most useful, right? No, I don't think it's pointless, because Lawatcher, they in the live stream they're releasing new bosses, new metas, right? Where they prey off like right? So like, I get it. Lawatcher is going to be useful again. Same thing with Ruan Mei. The problem is most people already have Ruan Mei, so maybe they'll get her E1, E2, whatever. Ruan Mei E1 is really good, right? Ruan Mei E1 is actually really fucking good.
I don't have her, so
if you don't have her, she should be a character everyone should have. One of those, like, it's like a Robin, right? Everyone should have a fucking Ruan Mei. So it's like one of those situations. But the roster of like Honkai Star Rail is like so big that I don't see the issue with, if they did like for an anniversary, like a selector, you could actually pick any character you want that maybe isn't the last 1 or 2 patches. You could actually, I genuinely don't see how that could be a huge negative for them, given how many fucking characters that they have right now. Genuinely, like the amount that they have, it's just like, it's just not that big of a deal.
I have a question. I apologize. So I joined in mid. I saw you talk to EO, by the way. What's up, EO? How you doing, brother? So I don't know everyone's opinion on everything, but the one thing that I said on my stream, and then I was lurking in Jenna's stream, and I'm so fucking happy he said this as well, is I feel like a lot of people are kind of defending like some of these quote unquote new things, like the 50-50 loss system and this fucking whale shop. And I'm just like, I don't know why we think, to me, I don't look at this, partially it can be a positive, but like, if they were not giving out this free Ruan Mei, so they're giving out 2 free characters right now, technically, or let me rephrase that, excuse me, 2 free tokens, because you could technically save it, which is fine. I think that's really good. If they did not give you these 2 free tokens right now, this system would be negatively received. The fundamentals of this system, to me, is just, it's a whale, it's incentivizing people to pay more. Just the same thing with this 50-50 loss. Right now, we have 3 characters. You know, it's like, listen,
there's a reason why they put shit on their fucking E1 and E2s that make the characters fucking work. They want you to pull for copies. It's a game where instead of pulling for 4 stars, they want you to pull for copies of their 5 stars. That's what it is.
I just don't know, like, and then people were telling me like, I don't know, I feel like I'm being gaslit in every single direction. I'm not saying you guys, but then, and not shout out to one of my chatters, we were kind of going back and forth, not him, if he's listening, but also the thing is like, oh, well, you lose the 50-50. It's like, dude, you get 1/7 of a chance to get your Sealy. Like, if it was, I would praise that system if I could actively pick the character. People were like, oh, well, you know, this is a really good alternative. It's like, dude, they created this dog shit 50-50 system. The least they could do is, if I spend $150, let me pick my Sealy that I lost to. That way I don't feel as stupid and greedy, because I'm going to get stuck with a Himiko. Like, I think it's not real positive stuff. Like, it is genuinely covered in like, it's shit covered in fucking sprinkles, and I don't think there's anything wrong with liking it either. Like, I think if people want to play it, like, by all means, there's nothing wrong with that. But it's like, to pretend like everything is doom posting, it's like, bro, the reason why the live stream first 30 minutes was lore is because there's no fucking content. There's 1 story quest and 2 events. There's like no content in this update,
bro. No, there isn't, bro. I complained about that so much. Like, they were yapping about the yap they already do in the game. It's like, I don't need to be told the motives of Castorice. I will find that out when I play the fucking game. You know what I mean? Like, it was
exactly. Pointless. They spoil the story. It's like, why are you telling me this? The reason why, and then they brushed over all the other shit within 10 minutes because there's nothing. Like, I'll say this, same thing with Wuwa. If Wuwa doesn't bring back Elusive Realm or some sort of good content, it's gonna suck. Like, free rewards are cool, but there has to be something there. It's not like a double standard. It's like, dude, fucking give the players something to do. It's I don't know, man. I feel like everyone's just like going crazy. I don't know. Maybe I'm like fucking psycho.
I said this in the live stream. I feel like Honkai Star Rail. Hi, Noma. I feel like Honkai Star Rail, the live stream, like most casuals don't touch fucking the endgame content. They might do a bit of it, right? They just have their characters. They have to implement mini games into Honkai Star Rail that don't utilize their turn-based system, right? Because people don't fucking like to people prefer to play the mini games that aren't even the turn-based RPG over actually playing the endgame content that the game's about. Like, I find it so funny. Like, that they actually, that's what they're doing. And it's kind of wild to me. Like, the people would rather just do those events than that don't have anything to do with their combat system. It's just so funny. It's like, okay.
This
is hilarious.
This PvP thing, like, I don't care about this. I like, give me something to do and give me something that's not whale bait. And it's like, I know, shouts Connor. I love Connor. I know he came in here I listened to him for a couple minutes. I don't think, yeah, fuck you, Canadian. I don't think running 4 characters is bad. Like, this was a big topic that Pokey and Gacha spoke about. Well, so they spoke about this, and I don't remember exactly what they said, but I think the analogy was if they're running the same characters on the same side and it's like peanut butter jelly and they're synergizing perfectly, that is an issue. And to me, that's an issue. That's what we have here. If it's like a mayonnaise and fucking peanut butter, who cares? And the thing is, it's not like they're absolutely like running 4 every single time, because they have the ability to do so. They pick and choose. The reason why they pick and choose, at least in my mind, to run the 4 characters is because they know, okay, let's place it here so we could try to make more money. It just feels like they're trying to squeeze money out of it. And yes, it's a gacha game. Everyone knows that. Like, Wu is a gacha game. They want to squeeze money out of you too. But it's gotten to the point where it's like, I don't know how people are sitting here like defending this. I'm just like, dude, what? Like, am I dumb? Like, I don't know. Like, actually,
it's because 80 to 90% of HoYoverse games player base, except Zenless, is just kids that don't understand any better. That's why.
I don't know, man.
And then 10% of them are like actual idiot adults that don't understand any fucking different either.
Well, what do you guys think? Like, do you think those changes they made are genuinely positive? Because I think, what's up? Welcome back, Connor. I think if you strip away the free characters, I don't think those are positive changes.
I don't think they're negative, but not positive
I don't
either.
know. They're not negative, but again, it's like what I was saying with EO. They're making changes, trying to fix a problem that they've been making, and that's really what it comes down to. They just, that's what it is.
But the solution's not even like friendly though. But the solution's not even
it's a
consumer friendly.
It's a band-aid. It's not even like it doesn't actually solve the core problem. That's the
I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't even think it's a band-aid. I think it's a stab wound and some dude got a fucking napkin and they're like, all right, let me see what I could do real quick. Because like, realistically, and there's no data, like everyone's account is different. Connor might have an S6 Bailu and an S6 Himiko. So for him, if he loses a 50-50, mind you have a chance to lose to 5 other units. But let's just say if Connor's lucky and he loses to Bailu twice back to back, then yes, he gets a character. But there's no way of you actually being able to use this system if you don't have that S6. And so it's like, what is happening? Like, I don't get it. Like, how are we praising this system here? It's not a good system. It's not. It is an
ass system. It gives the whole you can buy character shit system is more of a way to say, hey, it's cheaper, but more people can spend now because it's cheaper.
Yeah, like giving an option to the player base is fine. I think there's nothing wrong with this actually fundamentally existing. I think if they want to make this so they can make more money, God bless. I don't think that's a problem, because realistically, it's not like it being predatory in the sense of you have to do this, because you don't, right? It's something that will accrue over time. The problem is people are using this as the reason why the patch is good. This is not a good change.
Are
this
people
is a
saying
change.
that?
Yes, bro. I had so many people arguing over it, or saying that because you can lose your 50-50 to a certain character, it's good. Like, no, the great thing is the free Ron May and the free character in the future.
They shouldn't have 50-50s in the first place.
Exactly. But and so it's like, fuck me. That's why I'm kicking Connor back to America, bro.
It's like turning a pile of diarrhea into a pile of shit. Like, it didn't get any better, bro. I'm gonna be honest. It got a little bit better.
They're never getting rid of 50-50s. Also, like the 75-25 bullshit of light cones, I think is actually just egregious. Like, I've never thought that was like nice. It just feels like a fucking, like, it feels like such such a bait anyway, considering light cones are so powerful.
Yeah.
A lot of the times light cones are the make or break to like fucking anything in Honkai Star Rail. It's just so wild that they're not like just like a guarantee. Like I don't understand like what I would much rather. How would you prefer with the system? Like I would much rather have like higher pity and guarantee than like a fucking 50-50.
Like the actual gacha system.
Yeah. Like I would
Quick question. You guys are cool. I'm
what
gonna
Arcanines has, the infield.
sidebar.
What
Yes.
they have.
I'm gonna go live. Are you guys cool with that? I'm just gonna go live and chill.
But I don't care.
Again? Were you already streaming?
Yeah, but I figured. Actually, no, I don't know.
So I'm going live soon anyway, so it's fine.
But yeah, no, I don't know, Cap. I think it varies. I think Arknight's Enfield is a really good example. Where like if you look at Arknight's Enfield, there's positives to it, but there's negatives. Like the big negative with Arknight's Enfield is that, I'm not trying to be funny, if you are stupid and greedy, a lot of the pity doesn't carry over after a certain amount. So you're fucked. So like a guaranteed with a higher drop, excuse me, not higher drop rate, I'm sorry, with a higher cap isn't necessarily bad depending on the implementation of it, as well as like the resources that they provide. So I don't know. I think Arknight's Enfield is going to be the first game to really test that in the newer gachas. I'm not talking about an old gacha like FGO or some bullshit. I don't care about that stuff. Like the new gen gachas.
Gen 2 gacha.
Gen 2 gacha, yeah. So I don't necessarily, I'm not against that. And I also think removing 50/50s, like you said, it's just, it will never happen in these current games. But yeah, like that's a unrealistic
It is a new industry standard.
Yeah, it is. And it's their fault. And so it's,
Yep.
yeah.
It's
silly.
sad, bro.
This is where it's like, yep, it's theirs fucking fault.
Nope, I've never liked it. I think I wish every gacha game, this is my wish, is that like anybody who did like played the game, you cleared all the available like event content, you did your weeklies, your dailies, that the economy would like allow you to at least get like a single copy of the character, like of like all the new characters. I think like it should at least equate to that amount.
But like Honkai
just to reward player
retention so quickly, like it's actually just fucking
Correction,
insane.
so many 5-star characters.
Well, yeah, well, they only release 5-star characters. You don't release fucking 4 stars.
Okay, so I don't want to defend HSR, but one of the things is it does have the disadvantage of not having PvP like an Epic 7. It has a disadvantage of not being an open world game. So I do think they need to create 5 stars a lot to keep people on their toes. But I think
the content is the characters.
Yeah, it's the implementation of how they do this, unfortunately, is the bad part. Because obviously they should have more 4 stars. I agree with you 1000%. But they do need to create it. Like imagine if they did the Genshin thing where it's like, okay, like I think Genshin drops maybe 1 to 2 new people for the first 3-4 patches. Then you might go about a patch and a half without something new. And it's like, sometimes even longer than that. Like HSR, and it wouldn't be dead, but it's like there's no content, and you know there's no content because they didn't fucking add content to the anniversary. Like the content is these 2 new broken units. So that's why, again, I also don't think, as I said, the four running thing is not bad. It's just the implementation of it. But yeah, they do
Like
need
the
to make
selection of the free reruns is insane, bro.
Wait, what do you mean? I'm sorry, repeat that.
The free rerun banners for next batch.
Oh yeah, their selection. Their selection is the problem. It's not the principle. It's their selection. Yeah, it's the selection of how they do it. It's not mayo and peanut butter. It's peanut butter and jelly. They fucking synergize perfectly, and they only do it. They only do the fucking quadruple reruns when it's perfectly synergistic. That's the part that's crazy. Like, what the fuck?
I'm so alone in this. It's not crazy.
But I do agree with Connor. I do agree with Connor. Like, I think it's better, right? Like, it's like, oh, you need these characters, you run them at the same time. Like, unless you're like, you want to space them out, or it's like, oh, you could farm like free to play, farm amount of pulls in this patch. Then the next patch, you have enough pulls again for the next character. Because unlikely you'll be able to get like both Acheron and Jiaochu, right? But it's not made for the people who are getting both at the same time. It's like, okay, you already have Acheron, I can get your Jiaochu, and you can get them at the same time, right? So I don't think it's like as
I don't necessarily disagree with both of you. I don't, because I think there's genuinely some truth to that. I just think that, how about instead of running Acheron and Jiaochu at the same time, run
first
Acheron,
half Acheron, second half Jiaochu.
You don't even have to do that. Fuck that shit. Give it a patch. Just give it 1 patch. Let people accumulate another 70 to 80 pulls.
Like, it's easier. Like, if you want to build a new ass team, you're fucked if they put all of them on one banner. Like, what are you gonna do in 20 days?
The problem's the pull economy, not the fact that they're running them together then, right?
Well, no, I think it's
yeah,
a
but how many
combination of
pulls do they
both.
have to give if they are on the same banner?
But
Like,
that's the point.
It is a
That's the
combination
point.
of
Like
both.
the problem is not that the fact that they're on the same banner, it's the fact that there's not enough pull economy.
So here's my thing, though. Even let's say if you're not a free to play, because yes, we spoke about this before. Like, if you are free to play and you expect to get everything, you're 100% greedy and stupid. What if I just want both of them? Now I got to fucking chill out fucking $500 in one shot. Like, just the casual person, like, hey, I want to buy them both.
But that's, hold on. From literally the beginning of the game, it's operated like that. Like from the beginning of the game, everybody's had to like slowly build up their currency through playing the game and getting it and farming it out so that they can pull on some of the characters. So it slows down later because you've cleared more of the content. But it's not like that rate has changed since the game began.
Damn,
so like,
wait, I'm a bit confused. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm being stupid. Genuinely. So I'm saying, just to clarify what I'm speaking on, I just feel as if they can run Jouchi, let's say a patch later, just because it's more user friendly. The new
right. So you pivoted there at the end saying like, what if somebody just wants to get both? And I'm saying it's basically been the same thing from the beginning of the game, that you've never been able to get both. Like,
no,
so,
I get that.
And right. So like when we're talking about like rerun banners, to me, it's like basically irrelevant because it's already like a rerun where you're going to have to pick and choose anyway. And with the more reruns that are happening like more frequently, like you're still going to have the opportunity to like get them in the future. Like just because somebody is like coming in new, it doesn't necessarily make them entitled to, well, now I can get more and I can get more of the characters that everybody else has been like consistently playing for and like saving for long term. Like it's, so somebody new is coming in and they're going to have to save and pull up and pick characters they want to pull too if they want to stay free to play. Like literally everyone's had the same experience the whole time.
I think it has changed a little bit because of the fact that it is 4 characters at once and they could just easily move it back one patch. Like, I don't think they have to run Acheron and Jouchi at the same exact time, because also I would agree with you if they were consistently running 4 characters, at least in one half. They don't do that. They pick and choose. I think they've only done it 3 times. Correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, I've only done it 2 or 3 times.
They also
it's
went
like
Robin and Fish out together too.
Robin and Fish out together, and then the other 2 characters were working well, and then the second half it kind of meshed together. It just comes off as a quick cash grab. Now, obviously, it's a gacha game; they have to make money. But even if you just want to swipe, it's
but
like, dude,
without them,
I don't.
We could see it as a cash grab because, like, okay, the more banners equals more plausible things we want to pull from, sure. But it's also something players want. Right, it's one of those things. Like, yes, cash grab, but it's also something that players want. Like, oh, I I don't have to wait so long for this banner to come back again. Like the characters that people want most likely,
it's not
they can then pull for. So it's like both ways, right? It's something that players would still appreciate over like waiting for however the fucking long it is for it to come back.
The thing is, it's not the fact that it's a free banner. It's the selection that they specifically choose, like the characters specifically.
It's like if they exactly.
Sorry, I'm talking about something different. My bad.
Yeah, no. So if they did the 4 banner in just only one half, I don't even care about both halves. One half every single patch. I don't think there's a problem here, because now Jouchi's going to come out, and it would make sense if, like, let's say next patch the first half is 4 banners. Okay, we cycled these next 4, and now we can move on fast. But they've been changing it up. One time it'll be only 1 character. The next half it'll only be 2 characters. Then it'll be 1. It's like there is no genuine rhyme or reason to it. It's either like, yes, absolutely, the idea of it makes perfect sense in order to speed it up so people can get access to these characters. But now when they are rerunning Jouchi again, it just so happens that they're running next to Acheron, which is now going to make it worse. And yes, obviously you got to create FOMO. It's a business. Absolutely understand. But it's the principle makes perfect sense. It's the execution that I do not like. I don't think that they're not consistent with it. So therefore the intention to me doesn't hit right because they're not consistent.
So I think it's just like, it seems way overblown to me to say this new character's coming out, we're doing reruns, and we're rerunning the characters that synergize with this character on that patch. I like the only reason like people are upset with that is because, well, now I can't slowly build my team over time to get these other characters. But again, they're rerun characters anyway. Like, it makes perfect sense to me from like a logic standpoint to have the rerun characters synergize with the new character. Like, that doesn't feel like,
do they even synergize with fucking Castorice?
I'm sure.
No, but
well, I don't
Acheron
think
and Zhao Chu,
problem.
right? That's what we're talking about.
Acheron and Zhao Chu, and then also Fugue.
But they're both reruns.
No,
They
right,
don't-
but
they don't synergize
yes,
with
but
the
the
new
example you
character.
gave previously when you were talking about like Robin and Fei Xiao, for example.
Oh no, Robin and
Like-
Fei Xiao were both the reruns.
Exactly. This is the same thing now, right? So,
Right. So I'm saying that they're being run together because they synergize together. So it gives somebody a jump on point if they want to do that, if they're willing to accelerate it and to pay. But if you want to play free to play, well, then you need to save over time and pull in the characters when they become available. Like to me, it's like it starts to get into like a weird, I don't know, like
kind of
unrealistic
because it,
level
like-
to go into. Like, well, no, I want them to perfectly space out one nihility character every patch so I can save for that next nihility character so I can build my dot team. Like, it just logically makes sense for me to be like, oh, the rerun, they have a nihility character, these characters synergize, we're just going to drop them at the same time. Like, that doesn't feel crazy to me. That doesn't feel like greedy and ridiculous, I guess. Like, that just feels like an overblown thing.
Yeah, no, and I think your perspective is not even necessarily 100% wrong, but I think part of the reason why it is a bigger issue in, say, a game like this than Widowing Waves is because of the fact that now you also need to take into Widowing Waves. You also now need to take into effect the light cones, right? You need to take into effect that, like, okay, what are you going to do without these people's light cones? And even if you're going to,
you don't even need the light cones. That's I've never bought into that. I literally have one character. I've got their signature. I've got one character. I've got their signature light cone. Here's the
problem. Here's the problem, right? With Acheron, at least into my understanding and what I've experienced and what I've been told, is that when Acheron first came out, Acheron was cool. You had the light cone, dope, whatever. Then Zhaoxi comes out, and I believe Eo's in chat, so he can correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know if it was Eo, so I don't remember who the fuck I spoke to about this, but Zhaoxi is like that best in slot, right, with Acheron, and it became a thing where if you wanted to make Acheron like really, really viable, you needed that fucking unit. And now they're both getting reran at the same time, and it's just like, okay, well, like Zhaoxi has no other fucking purpose. So if I
but
can't
it's
secure the
unlikely
Acheron,
that someone's who is going to pull for both at the same. Maybe they could, right? Maybe someone will be pulling for both at the same time. But like, it's like, okay.
yeah, I mean,
again, to me, that you're like, right, like you're talking about, like, if somebody has one of the characters, okay, then they can pick up the other one, and then now they've like picked up their one character, and then they're completing their team more. If somebody's coming in as a new player and they want to come in and pick up both at the same time, I go back to that's not been anyone else's experience the entire time we've played Honkai Star Rail, unless you pay. Like, you have to save and build over time. So like, you're trying to like offer or pressure them in, and I'm not even trying to like defend HoYoverse because I think what they're doing shit. But I'm just saying, like, this is such like it's like a weird thing to argue, where it's like either somebody's been playing, they have one of them and they want to get the other one, but if somebody wants to walk in and get two limited characters in a single patch, that's just not been the free to play experience for anybody over the entire course of this game. So like, why is this now an unreasonable expectation? Like, when we're doing that part of it, like they're reruns. Again, if we're talking about two new limited characters, cool, I'm with you. That's dog. But like, we're talking about reruns.
I feel like we should be talking about all the other features that are doggy doo-doo.
Yeah, I mean,
that's what I'm saying. It's like that's such like a nothing thing to argue when there are so many other things that I'm like, homie, I'm with you.
I don't think,
I'm gonna be honest.
right. I don't think. Yeah, Karen.
So Tillian, I love you. Yeah, we can move on. We could say I'm right and move on, I guess.
I think the whole like buying a character feature is arguably way fucking worse and should be talked about way more.
Cap, make the blue red.
No, I know. Connor, I know. I've just done it. Connor, I know. I've just done it. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. I've just done it. Oh my god.
Bro has autism.
Bro, stop. Bro, listen, I realized.
You're stuck on that like for like 7 minutes, bro.
Bro, I've got 1% brain power focus on that puzzle.
I know, it's absolutely killing me here. I'm watching you, like, we're arguing about these banners and I'm screaming internally, just like, what the color?
Leave Captain Cabinetz alone. Leave her alone.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't know. I think everyone calling it Doom posting though is just a little stupid. I think it's cringe.
Doom post? What do you mean?
Doom? What?
Like
Doom
everyone's
posting
saying
Star right now?
that criticism of the game is Doom. Like, I love Fob.
Oh yeah, that's dumb.
Like, Fob was in fucking Jenna's things. Everyone's Doom posting, and God bless Jenna. Jenna's like, well, no, hold on. Like, calling the
I think
game
he's
dead is
talking
not-
about
No,
more
wait
like
just
people
a
saying
minute.
that it's the Bua's, not Bua, H-Star's funeral. I think that's what he means. If
It
not,
is for me.
I'm
That's
correct
not
if
even like. It's not even
the thing
Doom
is,
posting though. Like,
it's not Bua, it's not H-Star's funeral, because like we all damn well know that fucking banner is gonna do insane, and this game is gonna keep going.
Right.
and that's the problem. That's the problem. Exactly.
Like,
At this point, it's
not the
just
funeral.
funny. I'll be real. It's
It's
just funny because like it's a H-Star funeral, but Castorice is gonna make them more fucking money this year. Like it's just that is just what's gonna happen. Like no, that it's not
Renounce
actually the
him.
funeral. In fact, the fucking Darwin's fucking celebrating. He's licking his fucking lips. You know what I mean? Like this is the crazy thing.
He was
Also,
too
it
busy
can't-
celebrating
like-
on his yacht to even show up for the live stream.
Honestly,
He's out there partying.
I don't want to say it. Willy can't be a funeral because Castorice will revive you. Willy can't be a funeral.
Oh my
Willy can't be a funeral.
Nah, I just
Willy
renounced
can't
the
be.
game. I just renounced the game. I renounced that. I renounced the game's
I
gone.
I rebuke you.
I read that.
I'm gonna be
Never
honest.
gone.
In the name of Jesus.
Anyone can call me a hypocrite. I am logging in 3.2 to get my E1 Ron bro. I don't care. And then I'm deleting the game again.
Yeah. Honestly,
What do I
I'll agree.
do?
Like, I'm okay with the Ruin May Launcher picks. That's totally fine. Like
That's fine. It's fine.
it's almost
fine.
like
You can save them
I
too,
feel like
right?
it's the least
yeah, you
that
can save them.
they could
You
do.
can save them.
Right? It's the least that they could do. I do find it interesting what Io said. If he's suggesting that like it's a token or a ball that like if they switch out the characters you could pick later on, that would be cool. That would be a cool feature.
Well, it is.
but
I
again-
think that is the
I
case.
do think they are sugarcoating with all these
confirmed.
rewards.
'Cause
They're
it's good, but
sugarcoating
again,
the Castorice
it's like-
passive with all these rewards.
It's they're
I do
trying
feel
to
that.
provide
I
a
agree, too.
solution to the problem that they're making by making so many characters in the first place. It's just like
Yeah. Hot take.
Yeah.
I don't think they're sugarcoating the rewards. I don't think they view Castorice as passive as a negative thing.
Go
No,
on,
they
Connor.
don't. They
Fucking
don't.
free.
That's what they casually
Go on.
use.
All right, like that's what I mean. Like everyone's saying they're
Fucking have
sugarcoating
it.
the rewards. That implies that they know what they're doing and they know they're making a shitty decision,
Or
but
not-
they're doing it
I guess
anyway
not
in like
sugarcoating.
terms of greed. Well, that's what I mean. Is like I think they were gonna do this anyway,
for that.
and I think they just don't give a shit.
I
They're
don't,
just
think
like
I don't think sugarcoating is the word, but like in the live stream, they clearly spent 32 minutes on lore, and then after that, kind of speedran everything else because they knew the negative feedback. They don't
They
care.
spent more fucking
They-
time on that
Yeah,
stupid
like-
fucking Farmville event than on both
I know.
characters.
Bro,
Like,
bro,
I
shut your
know.
mouth. I loved Farmville on Facebook back in 2009.
But no, they
Shut up,
spent so
man.
much
Spent
time.
more on an
No,
event
shut
than
up,
a
man.
character.
You know why
Shut up.
they did it? Because like that's the main thing casual players do when Honkai Star Rail. It's not actually play that turn-based game. It's play everything else. That's why
yeah,
they fucking did it.
literally.
That's literally why they did it.
Renounce the game. Just people that hate it, renounce the game. Just stop playing the game for now. Renounce it.
I kind of want to pose this question real quick to you guys and also everyone in chat, including Tillian and EO. If they did not include the free Luocha and free Ron May, do you think this is fine? Do you think
Like
changes that they
Castorice
made?
is fine or the patch overall?
Not Castorice, but like those new implementations, the losing the 50-50, the shop, like as a whole, actually fuck it, as a whole, do you think that this is a solid patch? Obviously we know Castorice is bad, like we've got to beat that with a dead horse. Like, do you think that without those two changes, there would be still a good reception, I guess is my question.
I think it would have been more mid for sure. Like I don't think anybody would argue.
I don't
that.
think
Like,
it's
that
great. I
definitely
think it's
did
tied.
Like
Yeah,
I think
like-
the system stuck, but I want your guys' opinion.
It
Like,
doesn't
without
fix the problem. Like again, they're adding solutions, but it doesn't
Yeah.
fix the actual problem of the game. And that's why it's like, okay, it's better, sure, but it's not actually fixing what people care about. Like
They go,
truly.
this is,
I
it's
I
like,
just think it's a mid it's a mid update. Like not like necessarily
Yeah.
negative. Like it's just like it's nothing special. Like it's supposed to be the anniversary. It's supposed to be this like huge thing, but like it's just another story update. It's got some extra like giveaways, like in terms of like pull currency, but then like it's the same kind of like dog shit events and everything else that kind of come along with it. So it's like it's just kind of mid.
It's exactly what it is they've gone, oh, we completely hear that that Penacony was too much yap, so we're gonna add some more yap. Is that okay with you guys?
Oh,
I
that's
love you
crazy, by
guys."
the way. That's crazy that they're adding a new quest to Penacony.
And then they were like,
Yeah, I know.
We hear what you're saying about Castorice and that it's a game-breaking mechanic, but here, have 3 10 pulls. Oh, you don't like that? Oh, well, here's a free character that's like over
I
a year
don't
old.
think that they're doing that because of the global passes,
Yeah.
because they would do this anyway. right? That without the global passive is something they would do. So I don't think they're like doing it intentionally. Like
They have
you're
5 other
painting it like
characters,
they're doing
like-
that maliciously. Like they're doing.
I'm waiting for.
It's just like I don't think.
So
it
I'm
is.
waiting for
It's just-
I'm waiting for Darway to do the whole South Park. We're sorry. We totally hear you. We're sorry.
Wait, hold on. I want to address that because I genuinely want your thoughts. I don't think they would give 2 free tokens for characters if the passive wasn't there.
Well, I think that's just hearsay. Right? We don't know. I don't like.
Well, of course, but I think it's fair to say that like, okay, we know they don't care about the passive, but they know that there will be some sort of negative backlash that's very vocal. Now, obviously, it will not affect the bottom dollar, and the majority of the people are still going to play the game. But you know, there's fucking tons and tons of people shitting on it, and it is getting views. I think this is their way of, again, trying to gloss over it and make it kind of ease the blow a little bit. I think that's like a fair assessment, you know. I don't think like it would be
I don't know if I believe that. I can see where you're coming from, but I think that interpretation only works if they actually view as what they're doing is negative, so they feel like they need to kind of compensate for it. But the thing is, I don't know if they actually view it as a negative implementation. And I'm unconvinced.
We'll never know.
No, because to
exactly.
them it's like,
we'll
here's another thing. The introduction global passes, they could see it as, here's another thing your characters can do outside of fucking talents and skills and their passives in combat, right? It's like, here's another thing. They might see it as a good thing for the play base. Oh, your character does more than you think it does now. Like, you never know.
Yeah.
I think
Look, we've added way more value to the character.
Exactly.
But I don't think they care. Like I think
No,
they
of
know
course.
people are complaining,
They
but
don't
it's not
care.
enough people for anyone to care there.
exactly.
After watching, because I watched I joined the Cap stream while I was at work. I listened in while I was at work for like 10 minutes in, and all I have to say is love it, hate it. There's no denying it. It's coming, and yeah, it is what it is, I guess. I mean, what can you do? What can you do? What genuinely, what can you do? It is.
Listen,
And
there's too
on the
many
bright
people that
side-
play that game that
on
are
the
not
bright
like
side-
in the community. There's
but
so
on
many
the-
casuals, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, but exactly, it doesn't matter. But on the bright side, we've got an amazing Wooer patch, right? And the anniversary for that is next month.
Oh, is the Korobot changing
I
with the conversation?
I don't think there's. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think there's a bright side to this. I think that this.
I think Gacha's
and
cooked. I'm gonna
Genshin-
be honest.
No, genuinely, between this, Genshin, ZZZ will eventually be on the way being cooked. I mean, it's just unfortunately is what it is. But also,
I
even
think
if it
ZZZ
doesn't
already
get cooked,
started, bro.
nobody really cares about ZZZ. To be honest, I know that's fucked up to say.
I
but-
care.
Is that
I care. You
only,
son of a
okay,
bitch.
does ZCC have
It's-
any motion in the Eastern audience?
I don't know, but it sucks because I actually really like Zenless Zone Zero. Like, I
Now,
fucking
why don't
wish
you
I
play
could
it
sit
then,
down.
Ethan, huh? If you like it,
I
why
do
don't you
play it. You know, I tried to play it once and then my chat became fucking dead and I uploaded 3 videos and they all flopped and said, okay, I'll just go fucking jump into a river instead. Oh, that was a bar.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
so-
I love you.
That's why Connor gets
river.
ZZ content too.
But it's just like there. I don't think there's a positive about this because at the end of the day, it's like you're taking away now 3 of the biggest games in the gacha space. Wizardry, unfortunately, really doesn't even do that great. I love Techie's video. I think got like 22,000 views.
Yeah.
Like for the Wizardry thing, my shit flopped hard body, and it's like it doesn't. That directory's dead. Tribe 9 is small as fuck. It's like when you really look at it, it's gonna be pretty fucking dog shit for the next 6-7 months.
From the
like
content creation, we're talking about
it's
it
not
from a content
looking-
creative perspective.
Yeah, not from
Yeah,
the game.
yeah.
Not from the
Like,
game.
we have to be real. Like, we're not
Yeah.
talking about it from anything.
Absolutely.
We can't say like Gacha's
Well-
ruined, but no, it's content creators, sure, because
yeah,
That's
content
good.
creation.
Fine.
perspective,
It's
absolutely.
fine. It's fine.
Well, I actually no. I
Gacha
mean,
content is good.
no. I'll make a statement. I absolutely think that fucking Genshin Impact is still going to be cooked, and I think HSR is going to be cooked. So I mean, I'll personally say that I think both those games are just fucking trash now. But that's
they're
just me.
they're going to continue to be successful though, right?
Of course,
the money.
of course,
When
yeah.
we say they're cooked, so like it's
doesn't
like
matter.
people
It's
are
not
still gonna
cooked.
play. They're not gonna EOS. They're not gonna
Yeah.
run out of fucking money. It's
Well, yeah,
like, they're
nobody's
fine.
saying that. Like, nobody's saying that. But, like, as a CEC or being involved in the community, you're
Yeah.
kind of just sitting there like,
Yeah,
all
from a
right.
CC point of view, it's cooked. From a gamer's point of view, these games are never gonna fucking die because they're making the money, baby. That's what they're doing. They're making the money. They don't care. As long long as they generate that dough, this game
No, they
is
do
never
care. They
going
care about
to POS.
implementing characters that they know people will pull for. People will go, oh, I like this character, and then the players
No,
are
but,
happy,
like-
and then they make money. Like it's just a cycle. It's just a cycle.
But that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. Like, it doesn't matter because these games are never going to die because the whole point is it's a gacha game, and it's the big turning point of these fundings of the profit are the characters. So they're going to keep making money on the characters. It's inevitable. Nothing's ever going to change. Whether the Eastern audience, the Western audience stop playing or whatever, it's always going to make money. It's always going to make money. That's just, we can complain and shout and scream and go where, but at the end of the day, it's going to continue to happen.
Well, and remember, we're talking about a category of game where like it is normal to pop up and spend like hundreds of dollars to guarantee a character.
Yeah.
Like I don't think a passive like this is going to derail. Like that's where I was listening to some of like Fob talking about it, and like I do think he's right in that sense that like from like a broad market standpoint, I don't think it's actually going to derail or do anything.
No.
The only people I think like are just really truly disappointed and hurt by it are the people who like want to keep some semblance of like balance in a game genre that already is like pretty imbalanced, that is only corrected by how much money you put into the game.
Well, I think that's why. At least to me, and again, I'm not going to harp on it too much. That's why I think gotcha's cooked, because realistically, this should be just a way bigger issue. But yeah, Fob is right. Obviously, I don't think anyone. When everyone says like, when I go live saying HSR is dead, obviously, like, you know, there are Doom posters out there who are literally saying exactly like it's not that deep, but that to me is the problem. It's like it should absolutely be a bigger issue, but these people are just gonna, you know, fucking be like, oh, you know what, wasn't that bad actually, it was kind of okay. Like, God, listen, I'll give big ups to Brand, man. Fucking Brand's thumbnail and title, I was like, God bless, at least this fucking man stood on business and said, yeah, this shit's fucking ass. I watched a couple seconds of Ziox's reaction. He said it was bad, but he was like, yeah, overall I think it was all right. And I was like, Jesus fucking Christ, like, okay, like,
I love Ziox.
I think this community as a whole will just never change, and part of the reason I do think is because you have people who just kind of downplay it. It's like, all right,
that is why I have renounced the HoYo games. They are no longer on my calendar.
Okay, John Beacon.
I've deleted them all.
No, honestly, no. Like, it's the thing. I'm gonna always watch these live streams because I do want these games to do well. I want these games to do well. I've said this countless times on the stream, and people have asked me, "Do you want Genshin to do well? Do you want it to die?" I want the game to do well. I want to enjoy the game. I remember the years where I loved Genshin. I don't like it anymore, so I don't fucking play it. I remember I was just saying the cap. I love the year 1 HSR. I don't like it anymore, so I'm not going to fucking play it. So yeah, I want these games to do well because one day I'm holding on to that hope that we're going to get a patch that everyone's going to go, fucking get in. This is what I'm talking about. So, but until then, I'm good. I'm good. I will hold on to my wooer. I will wait for Black Beacon, and I will wait for Arknights Enfield, and I'm happy. But on that note, on that bombshell, I'm gonna go and get ready for stream because I need to do the Cancerous story. I love you all.
Bye. Dude, I hate that guy, bro.
I fucking hate him too.
Mr. Weeb every time.
I do think
I gotta get ready for Cancerous story.
I do think it's a shame that like we mentioned it earlier, right? Like in terms of like a content creation standpoint, like a game like Wizardry is just like the better like turn-based game.
Hang on a minute. Oh, what the fuck are you here for? What are you here for? What?
I'll fucking shank you, man. Okay, go fuck off. Leave us.
I haven't got a nan anymore.
I'll shank you anymore. All right.
I'll shank you, nan.
That's right.
I'm gonna get you adopted just so you can get a new nan, just so we can shank her.
I'll shank you, nan.
I'll fucking chef you silly, all right, fam. Fuck off. Go on. We deal with it.
Oh my god.
Outrageous. Fucking outrageous. Outrageous. I thought you guys were my friends. I love you. All
right, he's gone. I hate that motherfucker, but I love him. But like,
holy shit.
Holy lord. What a lovely guy.
Saying, it's just a shame that like for a game like Wizardry, right? It just doesn't have like a core community in Eon. I feel like it doesn't have like a Limbus, right, community. It doesn't have.
It's because of the graphics.
Yeah, bro, the game looks like ass. Bro, the game.
It's because it's Wizardry.
Honestly,
Wizardry doesn't have a U cap.
I'm sorry, they do though. They really do. They have Denizad.
Yeah,
Jenna, you're here. I love you.
I was just about to say, like, are we just ignoring him? Like the fuck? He's
Jenna is.
No, I love you.
He's the only one that is like putting wizardry.
I
in that.
have stand EO on so many occasions that like I feel like I've earned the right to make that joke. Okay, I love EO.
I'll make that joke every day. It's such an iconic statement.
Honestly, it is. It's so good. I love it.
Because sometimes we just want flashy
Unironically, I love it.
animations, right? Sometimes we just want to play the flashy animations that look cool, characters that look cool,
Yeah.
right? Like that sort of stuff. And you won't really get that with wizardry. Like none of the animations are particularly eye-pleasing, you know?
Oh,
It's very
Wait, hold
old
on.
looking.
I'm gonna
and
send it
grainy.
to the Discord. Etheria Restart is, I don't know about y'all. I'm gonna play the fuck out of that.
I
don't know
Watch you
heard
play it
that.
and then judge on that.
Yeah, I heard the
H-Truck
name
PvP.
recently.
It's like a PvP HSR / E7, but it's like more updated.
I just don't like it. I don't know. I've never really played a PvP gacha. It sounds awful.
Play Summoner Wars.
Isn't that the game people fucking spend thousands of dollars on? Isn't that the whale game? The bro just
Yeah.
recommend me the fucking whale game. I was like, I should play that. That'd be a good idea.
And I'm about to buy an Epic 7 fucking. I'm about to buy an Epic 7 fucking account. Okay.
Honestly,
You look like an Epic 7
unironically,
account.
Epic 7 was really fun. It was my first gacha, and I played it for like a couple years on launch for global.
Was it
and
good?
I really liked
had a good
it.
time.
I really
Yeah,
liked
yeah.
it. I really liked it.
Again,
It's fun.
don't stress about high-end PvP, and it's a good game. But as soon as you start stressing about high-end PvP, then yeah, like most
then
gachas, it starts to turn dog shit.
And
It's that
they
easy.
quit.
Oh, 100%, Sarah. HSR is absolutely gonna make the most fucking money they've ever made. Like, probably.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what? The part that disappoints me the most, I might have told you guys before, like I really actually wanted to pull for her, and then I found this out. Like I wanted to play the fucking game.
Bro, she looks so
Actively
cool.
wanted to play the game.
Yo, I'm not even gonna lie.
Okay, I want to say something, right?
I might
Does it
just
even
pull
matter
anyway
if we
and say,
play?
"Oh, fuck it. I give a shit. I don't give a shit anymore. I'm
Yeah,
out." I
yeah.
quit.
Like, does it even matter? Because, like, I don't think if content creators script, even like if Techie quits or Smack quits, I don't even think any like of the viewer base or like the player base is gonna change. Like, I don't think it's gonna
No.
matter.
No, I don't think
Like, would
there's
it even
anything
matter
wrong.
if we play?
No. I think you could still play the game. Like I don't subject to this thing where if you play the game you're evil, or if you make content on the game you're evil. I think it's the problem of, again, I've said it before, villainizing people who are speaking out. That's the problem. I personally won't play the game just because I really don't want to give them my money. It's not for me. But, like I know my girlfriend's gonna fucking wail for her. Like what am I gonna do? Break up my girlfriend because she wants Castorice? Like it's just fucking stupid.
Yes, you should.
You know?
Oh, that's crazy.
Yes.
That's it. Wizard.
Yes.
She's wailing on Wizard too, but that's a different story.
She'd
But-
rather spend more money on Castorice than you, bro. Think about it.
I know it's fucked up, but like
I'm not
like,
gonna
I
spend
think-
anything on casters.
I think
me
it's
neither.
like I think it's
I'm
like,
the only motherfucker that should be getting praised. because I'm going free to play in Honkai's Star Rail.
Yeah, like I don't think me not spending money is like I don't think it's like, oh my god, I'm gonna boycott Genshin. Like no, I don't think it's not that. It's like I just don't want to play the game. Like they've killed my motivation. It's not like a wow, I don't want to give them money. I mean, I don't want to give them money. Like maybe one day, if they fix things, maybe I'll go back. Like I'm open to it, but it's like I just don't have the motivation to do it. I think
Can I
it's
ask you a question?
yeah, of
We'll
course.
take it off topic a bit, but do you mind? So, like,
Yeah.
for you were a Genshin content creator for a while, right? What
I was a
this-
big Genshin show.
Right. So, everyone has their different reasons for why they stopped playing a game overall. Like, what was it for you? What was actually the straw that broke the camel's back? That you were like,
Nalin.
just, nah. Just overall?
Nalin. Because when the thing is, Fontaine from 4.0 to 4.2 was really fucking good.
Yeah.
Granted, there was no end game, but the map was cool. The story was really fucking good. It was the best gacha story at the time. And like, I loved Nuvolette and Farina. I loved those characters. Like, this is sick. But then as it kind of got on, like, I felt like the character started to come a little bit more mid. And I was like, okay. I mean, at the end, they kind of got an Arlecchino, so they got a big swoop there. But I think the problem was they did this, and it's going to be story spoilers for anyone. They did this story quest where Natlin had Fontaine had nothing to do with your sibling. It had nothing to do with your sibling at all. But then you had a story quest with your sibling, and they finally reunite. And it was actually a really fucking emotional moment. I actually fucking teared up when I was watching it. And then they erase your memory, and so it became useless. And
Oh
I'm
my
like,
gosh, did they actually do that?
no, like
Yes.
legitimately, they
Yes.
erase your memory and you don't remember it. And then I said,
It's like a 6-hour story
I was
quest
like-
and you forget everything.
are you fucking kidding me? And so in the initial reaction, I thought it was okay, but then I went back and I was thinking about it later, and I was like, wow, that's fucking stupid. And I started to realize the story is just starting to not matter. Like, we've lost the plot. And then when Natlan came out and traversal, before Wuwa, the norm was to have bad traversal with paywalled mechanics. That was the norm instilled by Genshin. And then you play Wuwa, like I played the beta, I was like, dude, why the fuck do I have to pay $300 for Mualani to skate, to run faster when I just have unlimited sprint? Or like they sold Kanichi's Spider-Man when you could just fucking grapple. I was like, that's bad. The story sucks. It's not the nation of the war. Like, it's nothing that was advertised. And I was looking around and everyone was just eating it up. And I'm like, am I the oddball out? Like, am I fucking stupid? Like, because everyone loved it at the time. And I was like, all right, man, I'm out. Like, I can't fucking play this. Also, like, you the only type of content, unless you're like a Ziox or a big person, you either make guides, but the guides became irrelevant because of the early access server. You do story content, and that's only realistically, if you're not the first person to upload the story, it doesn't matter because Doro's going to drown you out. That's not a bad thing. Just, you know, everyone's going to watch it. Exactly. Yeah. And there's the trailer reacts. There's no content to make in that game. You do creative content, it really doesn't do well. So it's like, fuck am I playing this shit for? Like, the game fucking sucks.
The creative content works well on like shorts content. That's
exactly, on shorts,
because you get Zoomer viewers on that.
Yeah, I did creative stuff with shorts and it did well, and then like I would do my creative normal videos. I'm like, well, dude, like I just fucking spent 100 hours editing. Like I got $2. Like I'm good. Like the game just became shit. So I was like, all right, I'm out this bitch.
Mine was just like apathy. Like I already I skipped one of the extra patches of Sumeru after I finished the main story. Like I didn't even do that whole like expanded desert region. I just like didn't care. And then I came back, did Fontaine up to just before the last part of the story quest. And then like obviously it was like I had to wait like a month or whatever for the patch to end to go back. But by the time the update came around to like finish the Fontaine story quest, I just didn't care anymore. I was just so like apathetic to the whole thing that I was just like, whatever, dude, like just end it.
Also, oh, I'm sorry, I don't want to cut you off, but when I actually started in Sumeru, and it almost made me quit because I hated Sumeru. Like actually, like I almost quit the game at the beginning.
Think I'm
but yeah,
one of the minority that actually like was one of my favorites. Like I think I didn't like in terms of like first half it was dog shit, but I really liked the second half. Like more so that it kind of outweighed some of this shit for me. Like actually,
I'm actually with you on that. I didn't hate Sumeru as much as a lot of other people hated Sumeru.
Act 5 was cinema. Act 5 was cinema. When you have the plan and you sneak into the thing and now Hatham pretends to be a bad guy and you distract everyone. Act 5 was fucking amazing. Everything before that made me want to shoot my brains out in game. Like Act 5 was fucking peak. I still think that's one of their best story like that they've ever told. But like, for example, like the Dunazard thing where you're stuck in this loop and this girl doesn't die.
The Samsara.
I was like,
the Samsara festival.
I'm like, are you fucking serious? Like this, bad. Like you just wasted 3 hours of my life, and this chick didn't even fucking die. Like now I want her to die. Like there's no stakes. There's never stakes at anything. Like I was okay, man. Like fuck me.
So I liked it. I'm with you there. And I like for me, I might make a really hot take. This might be really hot. I don't know. I actually
can I be so real right now?
Can I be so real? I really liked Genshin's like overarching plot. I do. I thought it had a lot of intricacies and like things that kept me like on my toes of I was curious about and I was actually interested in. I'll be honest. And I played Genshin for like the overall plot more than anything else. I thought it was cool. Like even to some extent more than like Wuwa. Like compared like especially like 1.0. Oh my god. Like Genshin's story and plot like felt so much better to me. But like I played Natlan and I genuinely have never been so bored in my life. Like I don't like it was just that was it for me. That was my kind of straw that the camel's back. I'm like I don't care enough. I don't care.
No, I think that's fair.
I'm losing too many 50-50s. I actually became unmotivated. I kept losing so many. I'm like okay, I'm good now.
Well, have you heard of Capturing Radiance?
Oh yay!
No, I think that's fair, because the thing is that Genshin's story, whether people like I for example, I didn't mind Inazuma and shit, but like overall it's kind of cool where it's like, okay, you start off, you know, your twin is kind of gone, but now you have to they're doing world building and it makes sense, and you don't know where your twin is, and they sprinkle something important every now and then, but it becomes the same exact formula over and over to the point where it's like it just doesn't matter. Like I think one of the big quests that really frustrated me was when Zhao didn't die. I was like, why is he not dead?
Oh, that was you know,
that was so stupid.
like,
and I also think
him, right, like fucking
yeah, and it's like people don't. Yep, you don't need to die to make something impactful, like at all. I don't think death is the only way to have consequences in a video game, but I was just kind of like, dude, who the fuck is Kiana? Like, we're 5 years into the game. Like who the fuck is this bitch at the beginning of the game? Like, you have lost them. Who is she? And nobody can. Well, we think. I'm like, no. Who the fuck is she?
Oh, you mean the guardian
the girl
of
at the
heavenly
beginning.
principles?
Yeah, like who the fuck is she? What happened? Like, I'm so like, forget that Paimon sucks. Like, just there's no main. Now all of a sudden people are like, well, you know, the sky is fake. We confirmed it in the last part of now. I'm like, congrats, you waited 5 years for that. Get the fuck out of here. Like, it's so ass. It's just so
also,
ass,
we already
man.
knew the sky was
Yeah, we already knew
that. Was
that.
Exactly.
People get me dropping that again. Like, look at this reveal. You mean the reveal we had like 3 years ago with the freaking meteor patch, whatever, with Mona and oh my gosh, I'm blanking on his name. Hat Boy. He was a cat.
Wanderer.
John Hat.
Yeah.
Wanderer, whatever his name was at the time.
And
No.
that's
Scaramouche, you fake Genshin fan.
Scaramouche, thank you. Yeah, no, I see. I'm losing their names. I just like don't care anymore.
Yeah.
Old
no,
man,
it's
old man. Old man
it's
dementia.
honestly.
I think you think Genshin will do a thing where they're gonna make their forces into 5 stars.
No.
No, because
No, I
I
don't
like
think
like a
so.
cat like Kaya isn't gonna be a 5-star.
No, they would have done it by now. Okay, actually, what I'll say is this. We're going back to Mondstadt. We're going back to Mondstadt now. Before, like, I think it's next patch. If that were to happen, it'd probably be like within the next couple months. If it doesn't happen, like, I don't think they would do it personally. But if they were, it'd probably be happening now, where they're kind of doing their victory rap. Yeah, I think it would. I don't know why they don't do that. I don't know why they don't do skins. I mean, fucking
proper
like,
skins.
Not
You
doing
mean?
skins is actually kind of crazy. Like, it is wild that they don't.
But they have skins.
Yeah, but like
they did like 3, bro. They did 3, like, and the D-Luke skin is actually, the concept is kind of cool because it does kind of change the animation and stuff. But it's like, well, where's
They
more
don't do proper skins, but they do skins. Like, they're not. It's just like
there's only like 4.
They are doo-doo skins. You are right.
They do. There's like only 4 though. There's like legitimately 4, and I think there's only one 5-star skin. Yeah, it's maybe there's 5. I guess there's D-Luke skin.
Well,
that's
there's the
5-star.
censorship skins too, technically.
There's no 5-star skins. There is only 5-star skin.
I think he's a 5-star skin, I believe, but. Yeah, like also Imaginary Theater is what broke my back. I was like, this is what you guys made? Like, are you fucking serious? Because that's one of the worst game modes ever.
That's
I'm
like
not
just
gonna
like
lie to
that's
you.
just like how many characters do you have, Jack? That's all that was.
It's so bad.
How many do you fucking have?
It's so fucking.
And do you have the right element?
Simulator universe, yeah.
Look, I know there is some skins in that game, but if you compare it to like even like Honkai Impact 3rd, which is only like what 2 years older or something than Genshin, and you look at the number of skins that were added in that game by comparison, it's like it's night and day when you compare the two. Like, they have the ability, they can do it, they're just not.
Yeah.
I wonder why though. I want, like, there has to be a reason behind it. There has to be like some sort of thing, because like, why would you turn down free money? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Makes 0 sense to me.
I need more skins in Muwa. We can say the same thing here.
I think it's gonna just come. I think it'll come with, like, I appreciate.
I'm gonna come.
I'm gonna come. Like, I know a lot of people didn't like Jinxie skin, but first I did personally. But I like the fact that it's kind of League of Legends-esque, where it literally changes almost everything.
Yeah.
Like, everything about her appearance, all her abilities look. Yeah, like it changes the coloring. Like, all of the colors are different. Her alt animation gets like these beautiful flowers. Like, it's really sick.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah,
It's
the
kind of
Sanwa skin.
PGR route in a way of like actually.
Yeah.
I'm a little more understanding for skins being slower if that's the level of like quality that comes.
I agree.
From its
Absolutely.
Rescan, but I mean, I would still like more, and for characters that I have, because I don't have
Give
Jinxie.
us more reasons for us to spend money. Yay.
Or more free ones. I'll take another free skin like San was. I was cool with that.
Give us everything for free, please.
Give me a whole free account. Everybody's maxed. Max.
I want a Lamborghini. What do we want now?
Bro,
What's up, guys? We're playing. What do we want?
Make the
With a
game,
Lamborghini.
like finish everything, release it as a AAA $60 game, and then give everything for free. On God.
Do you think the Wu anniversary is going to be good?
I think it's gonna be decent. I don't think it's gonna be. Oh well, good, not great. Right?
Well,
Yeah, I think
think it's gonna be anything special.
I'm
there's gonna
excited.
be an expectation. I think the thing is, everyone's going to expect them to be significantly better than any of the HoYo anniversaries, and that's what it's going to get compared to, right? People are going to directly compare like the fucking Honkai Star anniversary to like this. So
I think they have to do the bare minimum to top the HSR one, so I
Yeah.
think they're gonna get praise regardless, even if it is not that great. But I have faith in
HSR
them.
could never. That's what's going to happen.
It's the only difference I think realistically between the both anniversaries, because I think they're probably gonna give one character like similar events, not like the same event, like stupid fucking Farmville event. But I think the only difference is the amount of polls we're gonna get. I'm guessing like 60 to 70 polls.
For free? I don't know if they're gonna give that much. I just want them to give me
that's
80,
my
bro.
guess.
I don't even want her free. I just want her to come to the fucking game already, bro. Like I'm a whale.
Whoa.
For her. Like,
Come to the game.
but yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do. I have a feeling it's just gonna.
It's gonna be underwhelming for a lot of people. That's how I feel.
I think it's a free Varina, bro. Like I think it's a free Varina.
Varina? Oh,
I get another fucking
Ethan,
Varina.
I got my S2 Varina the other day.
Oh, you won. You won the game.
I know. I've
You don't
won the game.
You don't need Cancerella. Fuck
I
that.
don't need short
Dude.
anymore. Ugh.
Dude, I got so pissed.
Yeah,
I
you.
got Cancerilla by accident. I was so fucking frustrated. I literally.
Why didn't you give her to me?
Bro, I was-
then if you were at risk.
I was doing the story, bro. I was at 3 pity. I was doing the story, and I was like, dude, wouldn't it be really funny? Like 10 minutes in, I'm like, if I just pulled Cancerilla right now, and then I did a single pull, I got her, and I had no reaction. I was so tight. I was like, all right, I'm keeping
Bro,
it
you
pushing.
joinked my luck, you fat
I was so
fuck.
pissed. I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
I'm over here grinding Jinzo, bro. And you get
I
a
went all
free
in
pity.
for it. I lost really high on pity, lost the 50-50 again for like the third or fourth fucking time in a row.
Oh my
but then
God.
literally got her on the next 10 pulls, so it was like, all right.
Okay,
cool.
wait, can
Yeah,
I
that's not
can I
happening to
say
me right now.
something? I do think. What would you guys think? I'm sorry, Chair. By the way, I do think adding capture and radiance to Wuwa would be beneficial. Like, does anyone disagree with that? Because
I don't think it would be negative in any way. I think it'd be positive. I want to say a net, like insane, huge buff to fucking the gacha system, but I feel like it'd be better than nothing.
Can I say
It's
something?
just
I
a
feel like
positive.
Sure, I could say it's a positive. I feel like the inherent nature that something like capturing radius exists just goes to show how shitty a 50-50 system is.
Oh,
Yeah.
of course,
Like,
absolutely.
it's just like, yeah.
I think unfortunately with I'm thinking about scripting a video about it. I feel like when we criticize these games, I feel like sometimes we don't criticize them in the realm of reality. Like we all know they're not removing a character 50-50. Like they need to make money somehow, and it's implemented in the game and they're heavily relying on it. So they just won't remove that. It's the same thing with Genshin and Wuwa. I mean HSR. Like none of these games are going to remove that. It's only going to be a new game like Arknight's Enfield who might innovate or not have a 50-50. But I think like let's say for example adding a capturing radiance. Like dude, I've lost fucking 6 50-50s in a row. Like at least Genshin, the reason why Genshin Impact got flack for capturing radiance is the way they communicated it. They made it
No one
seem
knew
like
how
it
it
was
worked.
better than what it was. Exactly, and they waited 8 months to update it. But overall, it's not a bad thing. Like someone said I don't think Wuwa needs something like that. They could reduce the cost of copies in the shop from the limited 5-star. Well, in order for you to obtain the character, you need to get it though, right? So what if you lose?
You know
your
what I
50-50
think?
and they're gone.
They should just
No.
inherit Nikkei's gacha system.
But
What?
it just, I know you're trolling.
Yeah.
I know you're trolling, but a lot of people say that it's like they won't change the gacha. Like the
They
gacha's
won't,
made,
but they should.
That's it. It's fucking. It's almost set in stone.
I don't
Like,
think they can legally change it.
No, they can. Like look at Genshin. Genshin took away 2 fate points and made it 1. But like that change, it's like that shouldn't have even been there to begin with. But yeah, now it's congratulations. Now you are making it a little bit less worse. Like, but they're not gonna take away like a 50-50 like on a character banner. Like I just don't. It's just not real.
So
no,
ass.
that's pretty unrealistic.
They should.
The closest thing I could see is like something dumb, like oh, this is like a legacy banner system where like characters that are greater than 2 years old are on here, and it's a guarantee at 80 or something. Like, yeah, they would implement something separate and stupid. They would never do it to the main banner.
A new banner.
Exactly. Same thing with Genshin. Like, actually, the Chronicled Wish in Genshin is such a smart idea, but they just implemented it so shittily. It's like, fuck, man.
That's the one where you can choose out of like 8 characters, right?
You could choose out of 8 characters, but it only lasts for the first half of the patch, and it uses intertwined, like it uses your normal like currency. So as opposed to making it last 3 or 4 months so people could fucking wail, it's gone in 29 days, and there goes Shenhe for another 450 days. You know.
Oof. I was a Shenhe enjoyer, so everybody was always ranting about it all the time, and here I am on my retired account, just like I got it.
Hi, Sarah.
I'm sitting with my Eula, bro.
Oh man, wow! I didn't know the autism was contagious with you two. What the fuck?
Okay,
no, it's true.
I'm
we
sorry,
share
my
some
dad is
brain
also.
cell.
Yeah, my
so
dad is
we're in the same call.
Yep.
We reduce each other by half.
You legitimately.
It's not my fault. My dad has autism.
I gotta get something to eat. I haven't eaten yet.
Enjoy.
So.
07.
You look like an idiot.
Talk to you later. Bye.
Bye. I hate him.
You know, that guy's a piece of shit person. Yeah,
He has good takes. I really don't like it.
I hate the part when he's like, well, so here's the thing. Like when he's like, here's the thing. I'm like, you shut the fuck up.
There's not here a thing.
Well, here's the thing, and then he proceeds to cook. How about you get out the kitchen, Cap? There's no way you're almost missing these, bro.
Bro, listen. I thought it was
just name your fucking mouth.
I'll be real. I'm dying right now. I'm dying. I feel.
You're dying.
I'm probably gonna end in a minute. I'll be real. I feel so unwell. It's unbelievable.
Why?
Dude,
I don't know what it is.
Oh my god.
I don't know what it is. I feel like I'm actually gonna throw up.
Wait. Okay.
For the past like 2 hours,
I got
I'm
attacked by
like,
a rotisserie chicken.
Look,
Ew, why are you back?
Ethan.
Here's the you motherfucker. Here's the thing. I love you, Connor.
Here's the thing, right?
I love y'all. Bye.
See you later, brother.
Bye.
Bye.
Dude, I actually. Do you think like you're physically sick? Or do you think you're just frustrated?
No. Like physically, like I'm so nauseous. I'll be real.
Dude,
I think
rest,
like
man.
Maybe you should get some.
I've had like 3 hours sleep, and I have 2 Red Bulls in my body. I don't think it's agreeing with me.
That's not smart.
No, not a good idea. I didn't thinking about gacha so much. Oh my god, yeah, it turns my stomach. It's fucking.
And then a long ass convo like this. Oh.
No, I love the conversation. Are you kidding me? I think it's great. I think
no, but it's like so serious. It requires brain power, bro. It requires brain power, and that's nerfing you right now.
That we like should be having though. You know what I mean? It's important. I think we're really at a turning point. Like I like the way that you phrased something earlier, Ethan. Like the gens of gacha, like new gen, Gen 2s, whatever. It does feel like WoW was the start of like new gen gacha, and now it's just we've got.
It's the Triple H era.
It's a Triple H. It's a Triple H.
You know,
I just hope that we fucking the games come out.
Oh God.
Are good. I really do.
I think from a content creator perspective, it's going to be a rough next like 4, 5, 6 months. I really do.
That's like that every year though. It's so consistent. That's why I hate gacha content, bro.
Here's the thing though, and obviously Cap, you leave whenever you have to. The reason why I think it's just worse now, and again, this is just for me. This is not for everyone.
You look like a dick.
Your mother's asshole. It's just like Genshin doesn't have anything. HSR is just increasingly becoming worse, and so it's and ZZZ unfortunately like. For people, and EO does well on it. I'm so happy they does well on it, but like there's really 2 other people making content on it. There's really no one else.
I just see EO. I'm gonna be honest.
There's EO and 2 other dudes who seem pretty cool. I know I Am Rivenous does it, and he does well too, which is amazing because I think he's cool. But overall, it's just like if you're not playing those, the only other option for a Gen 2 gacha game is WoWa, and I love WoWa, but there's only about a week of content to do.
No,
like,
for real. Especially right now. Oh my god, if you've done the main story,
yeah,
it's like fuck all to do. It's actually fuck all to do. It's insane. Like
yeah. And,
outside of that, the only thing you could cover is leaks, which you won't do, and fucking a lesbian drama, which also is a fucking pain in the ass, because who the fuck cares, you know?
Yeah, it just becomes the point where it's like, again, I think the space is in a really shitty spot. It's like, all right.
That's why I don't think people should be doing only gacha. I'm gonna be honest. Like it is a tough task to just do gacha. Unless you really got a flow going consistently.
I don't think that.
Oh God.
I don't know how to word this properly. I feel as if yeah, I feel as if just like playing Wuwa or like a gacha game, it's not enough. Like I feel like a lot of people, some people absolutely deservingly so, like kind of got grandfathered in, which I think like is fine. But like right now the space is at a low. It's like the odds of a person just popping off because of that, like realistically the only CC that I think has popped off in that sense is Saint. And I obviously, God bless, I fucking love that for Saint. I think he absolutely deserves it. It's like I don't know if anyone else is gonna really sit there and be like go crazy pop off over Wuwa. Like one video can get 50,000 views and the next is going back to 2 or 3 grand, 2,000, excuse me. It's like, oh, like it's just the consistency is just not there. And also it's such a shared space. It's just like, well, fuck, what do you do?
It is. It's very saturated right now. It's very saturated, full of creators.
That's the problem. That saturation is too consistent for me. That's why I want to cover other shit too. Like it's like it happens.
Or just be
like
better.
from what I've seen.
Or just be better.
True. True. Honestly, skill issue. Everything in the end of the day is a skill issue.
It's your fault, Ithoma.
No, but like the down patch of gacha, like general gacha, is like 5 months minimum every year at some point in the year. And it's like it's such wasted time if you're just covering gacha at that time. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, I also think there's. Oh yeah, I want to hear. What do you think?
No, that's like, what do you mean like a waste of time? Like,
it's like
covering it's a waste of time, or
yeah, because like the views are like it's not as high as normal. There's nothing happening. There's not a lot to cover. It's like you're wasting your time just sitting there waiting for something to happen. Like a lot of gacha creators' content is not like.
It's dependent.
Like even if you play the game,
it's frustrating. If you're a content creator where the success of your channel is dependent upon whether or not a patch is coming out or not, that's not good, right? That's not good. Like you want to make sure that you're making content that it will be successful because it's content that you make. And it's only because it's something that you make that's good, not because, oh, there's a patch coming. I think that's a lot. I think like 90% of gacha CCs fall in that category of, oh, it's good when there's something coming, and then it's not when it isn't, right? Like most
like that video pops off because of this patch.
Right, exactly.
And not because of
we should be making content that works because it's content that's just, in general, people just want to see regardless of time of year.
Yeah.
It's, you know,
I do 100% agree with that,
evergreen content, it's always going to be good. That's
like it's not even like just because like new patch equals more views, right? Even like as like for me personally, I don't see anything. For example, like when there's a dead patch, I see nothing to make content on for the type of content I make, for example.
Like, it varies per person.
They're complaining about a fucking character being lesbian. Why would I cover that? you know what I mean? Like it like you said, Ethan, it varies to person, but there's a lot of people that make that type of content.
No, of course,
and I think people that do that content shouldn't be doing just gacha. At least maybe not, like you don't have to do like other things on your gacha channel, right? But at least do something else on the side because it's wasted time.
Yeah, I think also to me, this is going to be a hot take that maybe a lot of people don't want to hear, but I've noticed is that it also kind of feels like right now, it feels like a whose dick is bigger contest. And it's just, I feel like it's just become annoying and repetitive.
In terms of what?
In terms of, not CCs, in terms of the space where it's like, I don't know how to express.
My game's better than yours.
Tilly was there a little bit, like Tilly was there. I was trying to express it, but I was kind of a little annoyed, so I just ended the stream. It was like, you can't say anything bad. There's no winning. There's no winning. The reason why there's no winning is if you critique a HoYo game, you're a stupid Koro bot and you're a piece of shit and you should go kill yourself in game, of course. Yep. If you critique a Koro game, you're stupid, you're dumb, you don't understand, you should kill yourself in game. And so it's like, to me, it's like,
batches too.
There's no, like, for example, I think a perfect thing is I don't like, because I used to do this with Genshin and I learned my lesson because it's not good. I promote gambling when you overhype a character, right? So I said one of my titles is like Cancerella's amazing, but not needed because she's not needed. It's a very easy skip. And then like immediately lose like fucking 8 subs, like fucking shit comments. I'm like, guys, like, I don't understand. Like it's like there is no middle ground, or maybe there is, but like the community just wants. I feel like the community wants that war. I really do.
It's like because that's the only thing that's entertaining, because there's nothing in their games that they can spend time on. They're spending more time consuming the content around in the actual games themselves. Again, like gacha content is still like extremely niche, right? Most people don't consume gacha content who play gacha games, right? Like I didn't for a long time. I just played my games.
I still don't
bother watching anything about it, right? It's just one of those things, and like it's the same thing with, this might be a bit of a crazy comparison, the same thing that happens with gacha communities happens like politics. People treat it like sports teams.
Oh, of course.
Right?
Yeah.
People treat it like sports teams. Like you're either team red or team blue. You're either team HoYo or team fucking or whatever the fucking company is. And people like that. But we live in an age right now where people like the conflict. People want to be at each other's throats. Why? Because everyone wants to, we live in this time where like people want to be the more morally superior person, right? We want to be the one that has the better take. Well, no, we're the ones that are right, because we believe in a very like progressive like society where it's about, okay, who is the most virtuous, who is the best, who has the ultimate can do no evil like take. And it spreads to every corner of our fucking lives, from our games to our politics to how we interact with other people. Like it's the world we live in now. It literally is, and I don't mean to make it a very meta conversation, but that's exactly what's happening, and why.
No, I think you're 100% right. It's really cringe. It's really annoying, and obviously it's not just subjected to gacha, but I think gacha people, a lot of them. There's a lot of great people in gacha, and I mean by chat as well. Like, not to gas like up you or your chat, like, but I think like your chat is cool. I think Selkie's chat is cool. Like, I think my chat is good. Like, there are genuinely great people, but then there are just the shitters, and obviously every community is going to have shitters. But I guess to me, it's just like, fuck, I lost my train of thought. God damn it.
Nah,
fuck, I guess I'm just autistic.
No, everyone's in the chats, but I think a lot of people in the gacha space, I'll be real, love you fuckers don't go outside. I'll be real.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. A lot of people, they don't have experience in any type of medias, any type of forums of life, no job experience, no nothing. Like, listen, I'm not even going to get into this topic, but for example, like, I work a corporate job, so I have experience in the corporate world, and people will just be like, well, that's not how these things work. And it's like, oh my fucking God, like, dude, you're 12. Like, you're fucking 12, and you read some shit, you read something on Reddit where it's like, I read it, it's like, oh my God, this person said this one thing, and like, they just believe everything. They believe every single little fucking thing they read. Like, if you see a title, if you see a thumbnail, it's like, oh my God, what is this person saying? And it's like, dude, I'm fucking over here sticking up for some shit, and I give a little bit of a thumbnail with a question. It's like, wow, you should die. It's like, all right, bro, like, you're just fucking, like, did you watch the video? Like, did you see what,
so
like, did you see what was said? Like,
people's thought process where they're like, oh, I hate this person so much. Like, ew, I just viscerally hate them. Like, you know, it's like sometimes when like a creator's maybe talking about like another creator, and that you see that this person's fucking, it's like, I don't understand how people can have such visceral reactions to other people for like very small things. Like, we could be like, yeah, they're not cool, but like to be like so outspoken about it is just insane. Like, people just really love
if you're gonna say that much, just say their name, bro.
Right?
I'm gonna be honest.
It's just like that point. It's just like, holy fuck. Like, it's just like, people just love to hate. People just love to hate.
Wait, give me literally 2 seconds.
They love to hate, but they want to keep their PR up, so they don't name them.
Right, exactly. It's just like, okay.
The scared.
Reddit and X worst offenders. Yeah, Reddit's fucking garbage, and Twitter's just like who virtues the hardest. Twitter's just who's the most morally superior virtue signal the hardest, and you fucking win, and that's honestly what it is.
Oh, absolutely. Let me know if my mic is too bad. I just walked to my phone real quick. I gotta get my food. You know, it's virtue signaling to the max, and then it's so cringe. I don't know. It's so fucking insane. It's like nobody has enough balls to just say maybe they're like, maybe I'm wrong, maybe I took an L, maybe I made a bad take, maybe like I did something wrong or something. Like, it's
a bunch of egomaniacs that can't take a fucking L.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I feel like you have to have an ego to be in content, right? Like, I have an ego, we all have egos, but that doesn't take away from your success and my success or me rooting for someone. But like, yeah, it's just like, people don't know how to check their own ego, and then they get really sensitive when you bring it up, and then they're like, oh, well, you know, this, and it's like, what the fuck? Like, I think the part that was really annoying to me is like people were celebrating gacha smack and Tectone quote unquote quitting the game. I don't know if officially will, I don't want to speak for them, but I'm like, so you would rather two of the biggest CCs in the space covering your game quit your game because you don't like some of their takes, and then just get fed slop and be and pretty much financially be taken advantage of?
Oh, people being like, oh, they're finally gone, those people?
Yeah, it's like, but it blows up, and it's a large majority of people. It's like, dude, how stupid can you be? Like, again, it comes down to priorities. I'm like, all right, like, if that's what you want, like, I guess, but it's that type of mentality, which is the overall consensus, and the people who won't stop and they won't not spend the money, that is what I think ruins these games. And so it's like, for me, I kind of lost faith. I'm like, at the end of the day, all these games are going to go to shit one way regardless. Like, I'm like, all right, it is what it is. I'm going to enjoy it.
It's just how quickly is they going to go to shit is the question, right?
Yeah. Like, I believe in Koro. I absolutely do, but, you know, I really do. But you look at the HoYo stuff, at least in particular, like ZZZ, it's going to happen. You know?
Yeah.
Yep.
It's already started. Bro, Miyabi. That's the start. It's a very slow start, but it's the start, bro. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I didn't get to listen to the convo you and Neil had. I don't know. I'll go back and listen to that.
It was a good combo. No war. I'm not trying to say war. Just combo.
I am.
Shit.
I like the fact that you two are adults enough to have this conversation. Like, I like EO. EO, if you're still here, I hate you. But you know, yeah, like I like that.
All right.
But I don't know.
I'll be real. I'm gonna head off because I'm actually dying. I appreciate you. Thank you for the conversation. Ethan, are you going live again or what?
Yeah, fat man. Sorry.